I'd like to show you something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, 'cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this,
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
How's it going, everybody? Holy crap. 99 episodes of this debauchery, this madness, this utter, for lack of a better word, toxicity. How are you all doing tonight? Shout out to Mark D with a C for that right there, dude. I laughed my eyeballs out when I saw that. I was like, of course he did. Let's acknowledge some quick faces. Nice to see you all here early right away. We have a huge 40 plus in here already. Wasted no time. I love to see that. Hey, welcome, McFly. Hey, McFly, you better stick in here. McFly, stay here. What's up, K. Roberts? Kitty Bear, RR, Yick Nominal, Marks 47, Unna Common Sense, Phantom Outsider. Oh, hey, McFly's a new member. He's a huge member as well. Hey, McFly, thanks for joining the membership, McFly. I love that. Thank you for that, sir. That is excellent news. And you know, that's
Huge.
It is quite huge. Oh, it's like Nalzo faces the angry gamer, Phantom Outsider, my guy Christian, and Darth Viewer, D Bud Martin, Rita Elbin Muhammad. What's up, man? Deleted scene. So we had you on last week. Good to see you here. Hi, Machismo. And I see Phoenix Knight 08, Action Com, Lisa Don, Incognito, RJ Godzilla 81, Rob Altus. Yes, this one is a mighty one. So, guys, Con Air, come on. Back in the mid 90s when we had Nicolas Cage, basically, I don't want to say it's the peak of his career, probably his most popular one, because his peak is very debatable. He's had many good movies throughout time, but in this period of time, mid to late 90s, you had the trifecta. This was his era of him being the Holy Trinity, like Rush, The Rock, Face Off, which we did much earlier, both of those, and then Con Air. You want to talk about a trifecta of greatness and action badassery, and this is the one where he has a southern accent, and his name's Cameron. I don't look like Nicolas Cage, by the way, but I'm going to try to sound southern. But let's bring in our boys here. We'll start off with the guy from the Dix division. He goes by the Bunny at Talks Lot Entertainment. Hey, you're my bunny.
Yeah, and I expect to be put back in the box. Oh. Yeah. Hey-o. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for being here, Bunny.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, bro. This movie's great. I'm trying to watch my mouth in the first 5 minutes. Oh, it went by.
Oh, you can argue,
This
dude.
movie's
Here,
fucking great, bro. I
Yeah,
know.
there you go.
I'm
Thank
just
you for
joking.
swearing.
Okay, that's also
Nope.
a little stab at Culture Casino's adherence to the rules all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
Anyway,
no, it's good to have you here, Bunny, and I'm glad you could come along this flight with me today. Today we're flying Con Air, and there is no priority seating. This is just non-dudes talking about a movie. Thank you for being here. And oh, hey, Swamp Thing is here, and this is his Only Hands account. What's up, Only Hands, Swamp Thing?
We're going to be flying a plane later, I heard. You guys want to fly a plane? I want to fly a plane. If you need to drive something, I can do that too.
I'm so glad to have you here, Bruce. You sound amazing. But for the rest of the night, we're going to call you Swamp Thing, which it seems
That
like
works.
you've already taken very well ownership of that.
Thank you. Great to
Hey.
be here. This is a great movie. The bunny said everything I wanted to say, and I'm not jealous at all. I'm happy to have it come out of his melodious mouth.
Hey, glad to have you here, sir. Let's have a great night tonight. I can tell this is gonna be one of those ones for the ages, as they like to say. So let's bring in our other dudes in here. Let's bring in that 70s rock fan
I
who's
told
normal.
you, don't go to me when I'm eating. I'm just
Oh, I
kidding.
didn't.
These things are addictive.
when you look
Okay.
at them, do you say, "Get in
Ooh,
my
Jesus.
belly"?
In my belly. Yeah, good to be here, mate. This is a good one. This is going to be a great one. Well, they're all great ones. You are the great one. This is going to be fantastic. This is just peak Nick Cage action movie era.
This
It
is
was the era when we looked forward to going to the movies.
on a daily basis.
Yeah, like
Huge.
look at that movie, Con Air. Now that looks good.
Dude.
So yeah, this will be
I
fun.
remember when this came out. I was living in a town called Berwyn, which is the town Svengoolie likes to say in the show. He says Berwyn, and I remember I was just like, I've seen that guy before in a movie, and he looks like he's about to get crazy. And I was only 9 saying that.
And
Yeah, dude.
just the quotations in this movie, it's
Dude,
endlessly
this movie's a
quotable.
who's who. It's a who's who cast, and it's a
Incredible.
lot of them before they blew up too. Which we're gonna go over this because this is a legendary cast. This cast is top.
Yeah,
This was
with a
no
legendary
This,
script.
this was the cream of the crop.
I think if I'd written
Straight
this
up.
script, I would have genuinely been happy to retire immediately afterwards. It's so good.
Oh, straight up. And of course, the man who makes the show look as wonderful as it does, and it really wouldn't be what it is without him. How are you, Mark D with a C?
Oh, doing great. Glad I don't have to fly anytime soon. I'm going to be taking the bus wherever I go. So great to be here. Yeah, and it's funny because Con Air, the factory, is in Connecticut, not too far from me. And so it's kind of funny whenever I was thinking of tonight, I'm like, Con Air. I'm like, there's got to be a meme out there with Con Air, the blow dryers, and this movie with Nick Cage. So I found that picture on the interweb. So credit to whoever did that photo. I don't know who it is, but it's freaking awesome. I was enjoying
Dude.
finding that one. So
It was perfect. I must say I was very satisfied with your choices. Thank you,
and
as
especially
always,
since
for
he's got such great hair in this movie. I mean, the hair is just
all
so
of his hair's
awesome. I mean,
flashing. I
it's
was
almost as
all
good as
about it.
it's almost as good as your hair, I think. There, so
Oh, it's better. It's better. Except now I'm him, so now it's just as good.
we can do a better accent than him. That's for sure. I know.
I don't know
worse,
about
Nick
that.
Cage or Kevin
Now,
Costner. I
where
mean, God.
exactly was he supposed to be from? I mean,
Memphis, I think, or was
Memphis,
he?
Tennessee?
Louisa Homa. Louisa Homa Exus.
That's
Louisa
right.
Homa
Oh,
Exus.
Texas.
That's
Okay.
right.
Louisa
All right.
Homa Exus.
I get it now. All right.
I'll get
Bama.
it too. All right. Well, Mark, the pleasure is mine, and I'm glad you're around here for
Alabama.
more of this debauchery. I can tell tonight's panel is I feel like that we're gonna be drunk off toxicity tonight.
Yay!
It's gonna be a crazy one.
And of course, It's Mr. Keto Simple himself, who just got a video done, might I add, and he's
Why just
still
recorded
making
It's so industrious. I really hate people like that. Could you put the rest of us to shame?
This movie is almost as stacked as this panel. The cast in this movie is almost as stacked as this panel.
We're pretty stacked. I mean,
right,
dude? We are so stacked. I can feel the impact of Dolph Lundgren near me.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
That clip made an appearance yesterday.
First of many tonight, I'm sure.
Right? That the crackhead in this movie would be one of the richest people on the planet, as far as movie stars go.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Richness and all. Let's bring in our other dudes.
Action Comics #1.
Oh, yes. And welcome one of our two guests, Mr. Forgotten One Cast, CJP. You guys have seen him, guys. Part of the Legion of memers. Also has a great music-based channel. I was on his show a few weeks ago, which it was an absolute blast. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a relative newbie to this group of gentlemen, so I want to see just how weird is this going to get.
Oh, you have no idea.
If you have to ask, you don't want to know.
Like, I don't know if it's gay unless you like make eye contact while there's the blowjob. Blowjob's not that gay.
Well, and I figured
everybody looks the same when the lights
come in my prison best. So
hell yeah.
Just don't make eye contact with anyone, Duncan. You'll be okay.
Nick, would you say that this movie is almost as stacked as the True Romance cast?
I don't know. I gotta think about that. I don't know. Let me sit on that one.
It's not just the depth that counts, though. It's the width that counts too. I mean,
yes, there is. I was gonna say the girth. It was more about the G word
for
me.
The girth counts.
Yes, it was the girth. All right, and returning. It's been a long time since he's been on here. Welcome back, Mr. Matt of the Foul Ball Productions. Nice to see you on here again. It feels like it's been way too long.
Oh, nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder in the airplane. Thank you,
perfect.
Nick. Thank you so much for having me on, brother. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've loved this movie since I was a kid and I first saw it. I've watched it like every few years, and we even did a stream on my channel like when we were both babes.
At this whole 3 years ago, I remember. Yeah. I think you had just put out your Expanse video about the show being canceled. It skyrocketed to like 400 subs, something like that. And I think I was at like 200, maybe 250 at the time. Yeah, we did a stream. It was me, you. I think it was Draco, and your was it Stephen Martyr? I think who was with us, dude.
Yeah, my buddy.
Yeah. And you're like, dude, we should talk about Con Air. I'm like, yeah, I love Con Air. And it was just us, dude, just enjoying that movie. Maybe like 3 people listen, but we still have the time of our lives.
I don't care. I think Vidge was there too. Was Vigilante there as well?
I don't know if he was on a panel. I wish he was. I would love for Vidge.
Matt, I think what you're saying, Matt, is that you actually invented this idea, and Nick stole it from you.
No, I was merely copying like when Drinker and Mahler talk about like Hot Fuzz or something like that. I was totally ripping them off. I don't have all this production and like an intro with the cast, and like Nick's a fucking proper professional now, dude. This is kind of intimidating. I feel like, whoa, am I on the big stage right now?
You've entered the room with the big boys.
Well, like I said, a lot of that, the Talk to Tuesday intro was created by Yeti Cast. I did pay him for that. I paid him good money for that. And Mark D of the Sea is helped with a lot of the amazing clips that we get here that, well, let's just say we get very close around here, like this.
Yeah.
So
you never be too close to your friends. Yeah.
Yes. And with this panel here, imagine that, but times 8 of us here. That is what we're tonight. We like that. What was that cringe line that Iris said to Barry in the Flesh? She's like, "No, Barry, we are the Flesh tonight, guys. We are Rocky and Apollo. We are Rocky and Apollo." Oh, whoa, Kristen.
Huge.
Woo! Canadian $20 says, I support my friend Nicholas always. Hail 70s for popping my whiskey cherry. Hail Mark with a smoker. Corey, good on you for taking Gen X mood. Hail to the panel. Huge. 69 Slayer. Thank you, Christian. That is wow. That is how you get things rocking.
Merci
I
beaucoup, mon
don't,
ami.
I don't
What
mean to
video does he
poo-poo
get?
on this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to poo-poo on this, but what does that even mean? Taking Gen X mood. What does that mean? Is mood some kind of?
You're acting like somebody years above you, sir.
I'm
Years
far.
older.
I
Old
don't
school.
understand.
I think it's a reference to that old commercial, that they used to show where they cook the egg and say this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs. I'm assuming that's the mood.
I enjoy the fried egg a lot more than the regular egg.
Maybe it's a reference to Billy Idol's first band, Generation X. Who knows?
I do not know, but Mark, do we have it? Do we have the visuals to start off with our body of art?
Let's get rolling.
Let's get rolling here. We got 50 plus people in here. Thank you all for being here right away, too. I appreciate that. You guys are clearly very primed for this movie. Wow, look at that dashing. Man, I miss that old Stone Pictures logo. I remember seeing this, the old tornado. I call this a tornado, and knowing this was a Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Well, isn't this the first one after Don Simpson's death?
I think so.
I think
no, it was Philip Schwartz who passed on to us. He was one of the I can't remember if he was a special effects guy, but he lost his life because a prop model fell on him.
No, I
think
mean,
actually the
sorry, I was
plane
thinking
fell
in
on
terms of the production. It was the first time it wasn't a Bruckheimer Simpson production. It was just a Bruckheimer production because Don Simpson died.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I think Bruckheimer decided I'm going to pull out all the stops with this one to make sure nobody thinks it was I wasn't a big part of this.
This is the director's first film ever. Scott
yes,
Rosen.
because he had done a music video before this.
Yeah, and the music video he's famous for is the Rick Roll "Never Gonna Give You Up" video.
Yep.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Two classics. One
Vote
man.
for Rick. Vote for Rick.
And
Astley.
on top of it, later on in life, he did The Expendables 2, which is the one that had Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I liked that.
I did too. Dude, it is so good. We're going to be doing the first one
Monica
for
Potter,
Toxic
baby.
Tuesday in a few weeks. She actually sounds more believable with the Southern voice. Dude, look at that smile. Look at that Rich Cage smile.
Now, if we're going to be honest, I think
smile?
he should have just put a little twang in his voice, and it would have been perfect.
Well, he stayed at to get his Southern voice practice. He went to Alabama and stayed. He had a short-term stay in Alabama. And apparently, he would stay at a hotel under a different alias, and he would wait for this. He would come out at night. Go to basically he would live a third shift life, so he could try to get adjusted to having a Southern sounding voice. So he did commit per se, whether you like it or not. The Cage Man did commit.
Well, he should have stayed longer, I think.
He should have
stayed
stayed
there
at least
longer.
90 days.
Well, the question is, who had the worst accent, Nicolas Cage in this movie, or Kevin Costner in Robin Hood?
Kevin Costner, because he kept dropping his accent during Robin.
Yeah, that's not even
Half the time I forgot he was even trying to use an accent. I'm like, this is just Costner.
He proved now that he's from Alabama, though, because he mentioned Alabama, so he is from Alabama. He's from Bama.
Roll Tide.
Bama. Roll Tide.
Wait, is it Roll Tide when you do a girl on her period?
Oh,
that's Red Tide, bro.
That's
Red
Crimson Tide.
Yeah,
Crimson
Tide.
Oh, that just got these going. All right, we
They
got
used to
another
call
one.
it National Flag Week years ago. But, I don't know
And
why.
look,
He always
Christian
called it
again
good
with a
season red.
Canadian 569.
Yeah.
What Joe Furley's in the chat? What's the difference between medium and rare? 6 inches is medium and 9 inches is rare. Thank you, Christian.
So do people really act like this in bars towards, you know, soldiers in uniform that are
Oh, I
married
love
to-
this guy.
Yeah.
He's the most obviously evil guy in the world. Because the pussies like you, we lost Vietnam.
Whenever he says that to a vet, or they shouldn't say that to a vet.
There's
I was
cartoon
thinking that. I
characters
was
with more
thinking-
nuance.
It's a little bit much. Yeah.
It's great. It's so great.
I love it. I straight up love it. I
too.
was like, yes, I like this boy.
Don't you need a little home escorting your old lady home?
I think he was just jealous. I think he wanted to take Nick Cage home.
He did. That was he was compensating. But I mean, the fact is,
not wrong.
there's lots of evidence and witnesses to say he was provoked. So why
So,
does he,
dude,
end,
he was
why
totally
does he end
provoked.
up in trouble? Why
And
does
there's
he end up
three
in
of
trouble?
them. There's three of them.
Yeah, and yet
Yeah, it
he
was
ends
a
up in
gang
trouble.
up. But if he didn't go to jail, this movie wouldn't happen. So some things
Right.
are necessary in life. We needed him to go to jail and to with his face, so this
So
movie
Nick, you're
can
saying it's a
happen.
good thing he had a horrible lawyer, I guess, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that guy was great.
Be able to get you
Thank
off
you,
on this
lawyer,
one.
for your horrible services. Because of you, we got a movie out of this.
This guy was
Yeah.
only slightly better than the stuttering lawyer in My Cousin Vinny.
That's right.
You know what I mean, like he looks bad. Like he's just sweaty. He's got bad hair. He looks like his tie's like undone. He just looks like a shit lawyer.
I mean,
This is
obviously,
the
didn't have
DA.
Johnny Cochran as his lawyer. You know,
This
so,
is the
Never
DA
have
you
pled
get.
guilty.
This
Yeah.
lawyer
I don't
is the
think-
DA that they give you whenever you go to the courthouse and you've got no cash. You've treated everybody like dog shit while you're in cuffs, and the judge has the bailiff make a phone call, and they get this guy out of the drunk tank. This is literally the guy that you
Exactly. Why didn't they get Tom Cruise out of that movie where he was a
Because they
lawyer?
were too busy trying
can't
to
handle
get him cast for this movie along with Keanu Reeves,
the
because
world's-
those two were considered for the role of Cameron, believe it or not. Which I guess you see if Keanu Reeves did this, but except instead of this, a big whoa
Moving around.
with southern voice.
I'm gonna
It
show
would be
you
Will-
God does exist.
See, honestly, when I first
Put the bunny back in the box.
Okay, now that's
He can levitate. He can levitate.
dude.
He's
look
Nick Cage. He can levitate.
I
Look
honestly
at old
thought his
school
accent
Cool
was
Ranch
him.
Dorito.
I honestly thought his accent was originally just supposed to be like a play on Forrest Gump, but
Mm.
you know,
I am, however, worried that I will not see our daughter grow. It's so great, though. I love every second of it. Like it's nothing about it is
He's-
offensive to me
He's
at
handing
all.
I
that,
love this movie.
handing
Don't get me
his
wrong.
balls to that guy.
Yes,
So
I was just
good.
gonna say Nick Cage likes to eat balls.
So prison.
in his mouth.
When did he get
What's
his
that
wife
symbolic
pregnant? Is he coming home to a pre-pregnant wife? That was my question at the start of this when I first saw the movie. I'm like, wait, did Jody visit this lady before he got home? Because that's what it reminded me of.
Wow.
Maybe she just slept with somebody in the bar. I mean,
I could make a
I-
joke about army wives,
Bitch.
but it might be in poor taste.
Oh, well, then you'd be a bit on the nose of real life accuracies at
I
that
know.
point, and that's the scary part.
Yeah.
Is when it's accurate, we don't need that. We don't need
Ooh.
that. But dude, I remember for me seeing the trip, I was obsessed with Cool Ranch Doritos, and that's what used to be called Cooler Ranch. And seeing the old school design, I was just like, man, hostess treats. And that was like his thing that him and his buddy bonded over his hostess. I'm like, yeah, they bonded over hostess.
shouldn't they be giving him a
Well,
English for beginners might have been more useful for him. But, yeah.
Holy
Just kidding.
crap, Christian, you crazy. For a Canadian $2, just says I just bought you 5 more members, but then on top, and those were the huge members. Christian, you crazy dude. And whoa, we haven't gotten this in a while. We got a direct dono from Jim Watari. What's up, Jim?
Yes.
Because we got
Thank
a
you,
direct
Jim.
dono for $20, we have to go old
Nice.
school here.
love that clip so much.
Thank you, Jim.
I love it.
Bloody
This is
Boss,
great.
thank you for the direct donation, my friend. That is incredible. Thank you. Woo! That was amazing to see. Always,
yeah.
always
Very
a good hit
generous.
to the face. Yes.
And Scott
Directed-
Delorme fucking giving all those memberships away.
Oh, I know that. Thank you for giving out the huge memberships. We have like 30 members already. It's been 1 week. Jeez, you all are nuts.
Hell
30
yeah.
members. We just got members everywhere. I'm very pleased and fulfilled, should I say.
Basically, they were saying,
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, yeah. And dude, the bunny is the key to everything in this movie. No, like nowadays the trope is the girl that's the key to everything. In this movie, the bunny is the key to everything. Which, when you're watching this your first time, you're not thinking it's all about the bunny. You're just thinking about Nicolas Cage just needing to be Nicolas Cage. But you realize, wow, the bunny actually adds a layer of depth to this movie that you don't really. I guess you'll say you don't always see in really high testosterone based action movies, but look, there's that emotion there. I'm going home, son.
That's what you think,
dude.
You
Hold
spoke
on,
too soon.
But
That's what we need to see.
Beat me to it. Good.
Nick, I agree with you about the thing with the bunny. Like, it does actually make it's bookmarked by the family stuff, this wholesome thing, which in this movie, I honestly think it works. Like, I think there's something like heartfelt about it. And like when he at the end, spoiler alert, he saves the day. When he does with the little girl, like that little girl, like she acted very well. Like it felt touching. Like she was kind of scared, but like wanted to hug him. It was a moving moment. Like honestly, all that stuff works.
See, the fear was real. And that's what really sold it. She was like, holy shit, that guy's weird looking.
No, I do like that because obviously you didn't need to add that to the movie, but the fact that it was in there, it really does add a lot of it definitely adds a whole lot more meaning to everything going on in the stakes in the movie, because it's like, holy crap, especially if I was a dad. And it's weird to think because my oldest, she's gonna be 10, and it's weird to think, man, if I lived a life that I never had seen her, and then all of a sudden she's 9, I get to finally be around her. That's a big thought to process. So that really is holy crap. Despite how mayhemic, very turn your brain off a lot of the stuff is in this movie, which is fine because I think that action wise it's meant to be that way. The fact that they added that in there definitely made you care that much more.
And the performances in this movie are so much better than they have any business being. Like John Cusack is great in this movie, and Cole Meany steals every single scene he's in.
Oh, him and Malkovich, together. Their banter, back and forth banter, is always worthy of the watch.
So
I love seeing them go back and forth. Yeah, you got those two. Obviously, you got John Malkovich, the main villain, Cyrus the Virus. You got Danny Trejo. You got Dave Chappelle. Ving Rhames. This is a who's who.
It's a bit of an eye opener seeing Malkovich in this, because I think he'd only really done artsy things before this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
and
now
he's
great. He's
Dangerous
great in action
Liaison
movies like
was-
Red. Now he does all the action
famous.
stuff.
I
When
love
he threatens Nick Cage at the end with the gun, or the last thing little Casey Poe ever gets to smell, it's so fucking scary. He means it.
You're not going near my daughter.
Buckle up.
Yeah, Nick.
Buckle up.
Nick's a real name. Nick's your buddy.
Actually, Nick, I stole your the thing you do with Thanos punching out Brie Larson. I stole that for super chats and stuff. So what I did was actually the scene when he straps him up to the fire truck ladder and they hit in the money truck and it explodes money.
Oh, nice.
That's the one that I used.
Oh, dude, that's fantastic.
It's still hard to watch John Cusack now, though, knowing what a just
He's a dick.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's one of my favorite actors. but not
he's
not
he's a
politically.
douchitarian, obviously, but in this movie, him and Cole Meany, which I've been watching Cole Meany recently because I've been watching for my first time ever Hell on Wheels.
Oh,
And
right.
he's fantastic in that show because we're almost done with the first season. I got 2 episodes of Fish, but he's great along with obviously Anson Mount in the show. And yeah, he has a very important part in the show. And obviously most people know him because of Star Trek. But for me,
Don't you show
I
everybody
think-
how much you love me and order the next round.
But sorry, just to interrupt
That
you.
didn't
This
take
whole
long,
bit
Mark.
about him going across, he goes across town to kill his wife's family and everything right down to their door.
Yeah, that's great.
It's brilliant.
Her parents, her sisters, even her dog.
There's a great quote here. He killed everyone at the NRA convention.
Yeah.
This quote, yeah.
They're talking to
He blew
Denzel.
up a meeting of the NRA saying, and I quote, they represent the basest negativity of the white race. Wow. Wow.
How much?
I love when
the movie. I actually would. That's the thing. I actually would believe that they would be like, wow, thanks for only seeing Denzel like that, which he does have. Speaking of Denzel and shooting,
Last
he does
week,
have the
yeah.
Equalizer 3 this week. I look forward to watching. I can't wait. We did the Equalizer. We did that last week, and that was a blast. So I can't wait for the Equalizer 3. I'm sure we'll be talking about it on TNT. The bunny. Yeah.
Of course, you had Dave Chappelle on here.
I love
this
this
movie.
scene. It's so great.
Oh,
Oh, man.
dude.
It smells like someone shit in your mouth. He told me he loved me.
Oh, dude, I still laugh my face off from that scene. Seriously, like, it's like
Poster child for the criminally insane. It's a great script.
I also have a theory on this one that when they say the word Negro, I think originally that wasn't the word that was in the script or was
It
said
isn't.
on. Yeah, if you look at the
Mhm.
mouth, it doesn't match up with that word. It
If
matches
you
up
see
with
the-
with another word.
Yeah.
Yeah, the written script, that's not what's in it.
Mhm.
Man, that
That
black
word
guy
appears
that
as-
right there, I thought he was going to go on to really big things, man. Honestly,
dude,
Mm.
go back to that shot
hard
when he
bar?
took that first, like, oh, feel that whiff of fresh air in my face. I want,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at that.
That's
Look
a
at
classic
that,
moment.
dude.
Classic moment.
That is the. I don't think Cage knew at the time before memes were things like this is going to be the most memeable face in 2 decades from now. And
Did y'all
now-
see? Did y'all see like last year when Aaron Rodgers like had long hair like that, and then a wife beater, like a white wife? He looked just like him. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh no!
They used that photo whenever they were talking about Nick Cage was going to be the next Superman, and 26-year-old
Superman
me, 22 to 26-year-old me waited for Nick Cage Superman, and I was so disappointed.
Well, you finally got him in the Flash.
Here you go,
Oh,
Nick.
ugh.
I just shared it there for you, Nick.
Okay. Oh, dude.
That's hysterical.
Oh my god!
yes. Wow.
It looks just like him. It's like a costume.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's great. I mean, down to the bicep vein on the right arm. It's like
That is
Neighbor, State
incredible.
Farm
Hey,
is there.
shout out to Aaron Rodgers. That is amazing.
it's so great.
Oh,
That's awesome.
oh, whoa. We came in a weird part here. I thought you was going like, hey, I'll get you down here. Oh, whoa.
Just feeling him
Whoa. This is a weird position like that, too. Okay. I got to acknowledge some super chats and direct donos. Christian for another Canadian 569 says, and followed by Mike come on as he might come our as an a-hole, but this guy has a heart of gold. Dude.
Thanks, Christian. That's
And JT
I
Gunn.
think that's a compliment.
I've met him in person, Christian, and I can assure you, yes, he is an a-hole. I mean, he has got heart gold. He has got
$2. What up, Nick and panel? Con Air is such a fun movie. Thank you, JT, for the $2. And yes, Con Air is an excellent movie. And we got a boy deleted scenes with a direct dono. Well, guys, we have to keep up with tradition. These parts. I mean,
hey, how ironic is that? Cage admiring a cage. Very
I
meta.
love seeing her get punched. That's my favorite part of the entire series.
Deleted scenes for $1.99. Says, fun fact, John Cusack still has me blocked on Twitter. I consider it a badge of honor. However, this is still an effing great movie for $1.99. Well, thank you, deleted scenes. Appreciate that. And then Christian for Canadian 5 says, a toxic joke for married men. How do you know your wife is dead? Sex is the same, but the dishes pile up the counter.
Jeez.
That's far more truthful than what we want to know.
I'm actually very proud to say that we got a clean sink here and they don't pile up. And, well, I like cleaning after myself. But that is funny, though. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate that. And there's Johnny 23, young Danny Trejo. Dude, like, it almost felt weird.
Johnny Trejo.
Well, unlike Ric Flair, he doesn't Ric Flair looks like he's been 60 for the last 30 years.
That's fair.
Danny Trejo looked like he was 40 for like 20 years, and then he became 60 for another 20. He goes through he ages in like 3 phases. His childhood, then his adult phase where he looked like he was in his 40s, and now he's looked like he's been 65 for the last 20. So this is I call this is phase 2 Trejo.
Okay, Nick, how would you explain John Carpenter, who's looked like he's 87 for the past 58 years?
He's looked 87 for the last 50, 60 years. That's it.
Yeah.
There's that. Rob Baltus,
Some
yeah,
people
he was
just go
born
through,
50.
they wake up and they've got a cocoon. They're metamorphosing.
Maybe it's not the same John Carpenter. Maybe he just keeps, inhabiting another body of a guy who looks like John Carpenter.
They
Every
were
few
hurting
years.
you. No, hold up. They were hurting you, Johnny. Johnny, I was running.
Nick's doing a good voice.
I may not be a smart man.
I know how to love a woman.
I know.
I'm gonna have to raise your AIDS, baby.
Could you give me some of that too? All right, dude. When I saw the pins, I was like, bro, how the frick do you stuff pins in your skin? Like, I saw, I'm like, dude, that's brutal, man.
Which shows they should have had an extra, magnetic tester as well to go through.
Looks, I missed that. Oh, I'm
Scan.
sorry. It's new.
Just came through.
Rita did. Mr. Muhammad did 5 huge memberships. Jeez, you guys are going nuts tonight. This is like relentless.
Huge. It's all
You
because
deserve it. You deserve every single fucking one of those things, man. And then some.
I don't know, man, but thank you, sir. That is awesome. Giving off another 5 of those memberships. That's good.
I guarantee everyone in the chat's looking at me like I'm like Thanos. Like, I don't even know who you are.
Holy shit!
Oh, I'm a game. Oh man.
I don't care what your escape plan is, but setting fire to anything on an aircraft is pretty dangerous.
Well, we're also talking about guys. Yeah, look, even Cage is like, I thought I was crazy. Look at you. Go back to that face. Seriously, he had that I thought I was crazy face. But look at you. Go back. Look at that. Man, I thought I was crazy.
No, he's just waiting for the light to go out so he can go to the bathroom. He's gagging for a crap. So
the guy wants his insulin. It's like the plane's on fire. Don't worry about your freaking insulin.
I've got a 9-inch grip on a 12-inch turd.
Atrocious.
Code red.
Canton and shit. There's fire in the rear cabin.
Did we go past the Marietta Mangler bit? I guess we did. Where he?
I think so. Yeah.
Or is that later? Is that later? Can't remember.
Well, we'll find
I
out.
just love the nicknames. Everybody's got a great nickname.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had Swamp Thing, we had Cyrus the Virus,
Mhm.
we had God, I forgot what blah, 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 blah. Oh, Diamond Dog, Garland Green, who obviously is like
Marietta Mangler.
Pinball, Dave Chappelle.
It's too bad. I
Johnny
liked
23.
pinball. Sorry.
Got to fix that landing gear.
It's so weird to see like Ving Rhames because he actually straight up looks like a convict in this movie, and now that I see him like the Mission Impossible movies, he looks like just like such a nice guy who's just friends with Tom Cruise, and I'm like, wow, he looks like your best friend. In this movie, I'm like, dude, he looks full convict. He looks like your enemy in this movie.
Billy Bedlam. That's another one. Billy Bedlam.
Oh yeah, Billy Bedlam. Yeah, I missed that one.
And then obviously the virus. I mean, you know.
It was definitely Johnny 23, but he was bragging about wanting to make it to be 24 as far as what was documented for his character. Because I'm obviously later on. Oh, whoa! That's some Undertaker like, dude. That was a creepy image. That was whoa.
Dearest, this movie does not have Jeanette Goldstein. This has got a lady by the name of Rachel DeCotton. She's in the movie Total Recall.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fort Apache, the Bronx.
Yeah, that's right.
He's great.
Total Recall.
Nina.
Oh, is this the part where he says the name of the movie? Welcome to Con Air. I remember being a teenager, like he said the name of the movie.
He said the
name. He said it. I will never get over that. It reminds me of what's that Stone Cold movie that Stone Cold did? It was called Hunt to Kill. And before he killed the last bad guy, he was like, "So remember me? Remember this moment? I hunt to kill." He said the name of the movie before he killed the last guy.
Mark, this scene right here is so great where he puts the gun to his head and he says, if you say anything on the radio, the next wings you see will be the flies buzzing above your rotting corpse.
Yeah, that was just so good. That's what makes this movie damn good. I mean, you got the over-the-top actors, and then you got all this great dialogue too. And Malcolm, he nails it, right? He's believable.
So good.
Cyrus the Virus Psycho. So all the lines are great. I mean, seeing this in a movie theater, you're cheering at this movie. This is like peak Nick Cage too, because I think this is after The Rock, and then was his Face Off before or after this one? But I mean, he was a massive,
but not by much.
Not by much, yeah, but he was a massive, massive star. We kind of make fun of him now, but and they had Leaving Las Vegas, and I think that was before this one. So he makes that Vegas joke at the end, but I mean, he's one of the big stars. I remember, we'd all go see Nick Cage movies, and I remember going to see Face Off in the movie theater. My friends are like cheering the shit out. I mean, they're stupid but fun, well done movies. I mean, this is just a crazy movie where they would have all these freaking, you'd have Hannibal Lecter on the plane with all the worst convicts on the planet all together on a plane. And Nick Cage even says so much in the one of the lines in the movie, but it just
great. They just keep piling it on, and that's what I think makes this movie absolutely brilliant. Is they never take it too seriously, but they take it deadly seriously. Like,
don't forget Gone in 60 Seconds. That was
like this line here. This is when it gets real serious.
It gets really
and Nick Cage shows his true character.
Yeah, like the world is respected, but like the end of it is they smash a fire truck into an armored car that just suddenly loses engine right at that perfect moment, and money goes exploding everywhere. Like, it's so perfect. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing. It's like a lightning in a bottle. It's phenomenal.
The 90s were so mayhemic. It was just like, I mean, everything was about being as crazy and extreme as you can get. And I feel like this movie is just like, we got a lot to follow up. We're past halfway in the night. How do we outdo ourselves in every way?
Yeah.
We're gonna give Nicolas Cage long hair with a southern accent. We're gonna put him on a plane with all these convicts, and he's also gonna get super shredded along with Malkovich too. So these guys
He's
got
in good shape.
super
Yeah, in good
ja-
shape.
Oh yeah, this is seriously like Cage is shredded.
He
You
is
like you
ripped.
can see his arms in this
Yeah.
movie.
Like you got
And
like
I'm
the
just like,
lines in the
dude.
deltoid, and like, he's shredded, huge.
It's
probably on
because
some
he-
help. I would
Oh
think.
yeah. Some assistance, some
Yeah.
much needed
Right.
assistance.
They
Hey, Nick,
interview. they
Can I
interview for entertainment. Go ahead.
can I
What?
share an observation with you that I noticed
Yes.
the other night? So I've watched this movie so many times, right? And I have a copy of it, like a digital copy on my PC, and I normally port it out, but I didn't feel like doing that the other night, and I just bought it for my Prime library, and I watched it there with my girlfriend, and I know every line of this movie. I know every corner of it.
Did she tell you to stop quoting it while you're watching it? Because I get
A
that
little.
from
I had
people.
to calm it down. I did. But I noticed in the Prime version, they changed a moment, and it took me off guard. I was like, that line's not in the movie. Like, I'd never seen that line before. And it comes towards the end. And I know it's a little bit premature, but I have both versions queued up if you want to see the contrast, which I think is kind of interesting.
Yes. I
Okay.
do.
Let me
If
share.
it's expensive, we gotta pause it because otherwise I will strip get hit.
Yeah, no, it's like just a second. It's like literally like a
Alright.
4-second clip on both sides. So this is the file
That's what
that I
she
just
said.
This is the file that I have. I just shared with you. So this is like my version that I think is the older version. It's probably ripped from the DVD. Okay, so just watch this moment.
No audio.
Okay, so that's it, right? That's all that
Yeah.
happens. Okay,
Yeah.
now watch this on this version.
Okay, lady, hold it right there. Oh, men in uniform.
Oh, that's a totally different line.
Isn't that wild? And I was like,
and they
of
cut
all the
the walking.
characters to just throw in an extra line at the end there, that like freaked me out. Like, I don't know if there's anything to it as far as like agenda or whatever, but it's like they
More than
changed that.
likely.
And it's one scene. I watched the whole movie. I didn't notice any difference except for that one line. It was like,
Weird.
Didn't they cut out some of the walking too? It looked like the walking. I'm trying to remember now. I just watched it again tonight, but it seemed like they had there was less walking there that you could view.
Isn't
that might be
Sorry, which one of those was which? The first one you showed was
the ripped copy from the DVD,
right,
and
the second was Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
Okay, right.
That's why you got to own physical media because they can just change the damn movie on you, and you'll never.
But Amazon
you
Prime
might not
added
catch-
something in effect.
Yeah.
In a sense.
So
They did
weird.
something,
I think they trimmed. I think they trimmed some of the walk. I'm gonna watch it right now on my computer. I think they trimmed part of it out though.
It just blew my mind that they threw one extra line.
Yeah,
in,
that's
just
a
one.
really weird thing to add. It's just like of all the things, like I've definitely seen some things that do come off as like I guess you could say suspicious. That one's just like, okay,
Director
like nothing
the
is
director
gained
fought for years to get that line back in.
Nothing is gained nor lost from that. It's like
No.
it's more of just like that's pointless.
It's just so odd that you would go back to like a 25-year-old movie or however old this is and just add like a line like that out of nowhere. Like
It was the director. He sneaked into the editing room one night, 25
Yeah.
years later, and said, "Finally, I'm getting that line back in."
It's been haunting him all this time.
Those bastards, Bruckheimer, you bastard.
And it's not a bad line, honestly. Like if it was in the original,
funny.
you'd be like, "Oh, that's funny," you know, like
funny,
playing
yeah.
up the fact that that person's a girl. Like
It's
that's
weird,
funny.
eh? Weird.
It's so strange. It was like that. It threw me off. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Also tells me that you've got far too much time on your hands, Matt.
Dude, if you back it up,
Just
a
know
couple
the movie
steps,
too
that
well.
old guy looks like David Carradine. I'm just saying.
And we got Christian Dorm with an Our Canadian 5. Thank you. Says because
little
I'm getting
bit,
easy laughs.
I mean,
What's
minus
the
the
best
belt
part?
around the neck.
What's the best part of a BJ? 15 minutes of silence. Toxic.
15 minutes. It's a bit
I
long.
was gonna say,
You get 3. My
I've
God.
been practicing.
you married to a porn star? That's amazing.
It's not an endurance race, you know. It's not a triathlon you're running.
I'd be like, you don't have to. You can stop. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, but if it takes 15 minutes, that's bad head, bro. She like lazy about it or some shit. Vacayville, California.
Vacay. They said vacay before it was in style and in fashion. Wow. They were ahead of the curve by 20 years. It was where they see that he dug his plans, had the Anarchy Handbook.
Yeah.
And
then they get roasted.
This. Dude, yeah.
It's all soft.
That John Malkovich, he was a step ahead of you.
It's great.
Look.
I also love that, like, those guys blowing up had like no weight on the movie at all. Like they just kill these two dudes, and then like even John Cusack barely. He's just like, "Whoa, glad I didn't die." All right, back to the mission.
Onwards.
Yeah.
Who killed who?
Yeah. Those guys are mush blasted against the wall. You know what I mean? Like their families are devastated. It's just like, wow, I mean, we got to get the plane down.
Not enough for a full casket. We can get you a shoebox.
Man, that cheesy bread is good. All right, now I can talk more about this movie. Sorry, I'm hungry.
Okay,
you're not that guy anymore. You're a convict. Dear God,
I'm also a hero.
God damn it, Poe.
What
nice
a name,
choke
Cameron Poe. Did you know that for
Just
Cusack they almost had Robert Downey Jr. do that part, Cusack's part.
In
They
this movie?
almost did. Yeah, for
I can see that.
Glad they did.
Yeah, I can actually see that.
Especially at that
see it,
time.
but-
Especially at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, just although imagine him wisecracking. I mean, obviously that's a good fit. Cusack was the right choice, but I could see
he
it.
was.
My thing there is like, given what we know about Cusack's career after Con Air and like how little good shit he actually did, I'm gonna say this was probably the highest point in his latter part of his career. Honestly.
My favorite thing he ever did was High Fidelity.
I loved Gross Point Blank,
Which was written by the same writer.
So
Really?
Cyrus
High
the
Fidelity is
Virus.
the same writer. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, same screenplay writer.
Nice.
Well,
My
Cyrus
favorite-
was written by someone.
Point blank too.
My
Something-
favorite
it's-
one of my favorite all-time movies is The Sure Thing. So I don't know if anyone remembers
Thing.
that movie, but that was just one of the, like this line here. All right, I gotta play this.
I was overwhelmed. You're a true artist.
Just let me sleep a while. Regain my strength. 5 minutes. A grace period, if you will.
Please.
It
Go
does
watch
make-
The Sure Thing if you haven't seen it.
It does make me happy to know that his last movie, which I've never seen or heard of, called Pursuit, got 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb. So
Wow, that's brutal.
that's
Impressive.
brutal, even for IMDb, where things are shilled up. That's
My God, it's such a
2.8.
leftist site.
Yikes.
I can't think of
Yeah,
anything
like
he's
that.
been in.
Shut
Hot
the
Tub
fuck up,
Time
Curly.
Machine.
You're gonna get us caught. I love the line with the gun where he's just like, "Hey, Cyrus, you didn't mean that dirty Negro crackhead stuff, did you?" And he goes,
Yeah, I did."
Gun. Hell yes, I meant it.
Yeah. I still laugh my ass off at that scene. It's so
Every
funny.
time. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of Chappelle is all improv in this movie.
Is that reported?
Yeah, that's what IMDb is saying as well on the trivia side.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so
Yeah.
watching it. They seem like Chappelle jokes.
They do. Before Chappelle blew up. So guys, this movie in France was almost this movie is called The Wings of Hell in France. And the reason why there's a name change because con in French means dumb person. That's it.
Oh,
It's just-
that's interesting.
Yeah.
They
So
probably would have
that's
netted a
what-
lot of money.
Dumber.
They would have been like, "Oh, this is probably a comedy movie."
Wow.
Yeah.
So, not to go back to what we were just talking about, but you guys
No,
are
go
right.
for it.
John Cusack's career recently is horrific.
It's terrible. It's really, really bad. I mean,
I've never heard of
so
any of
bad
these
for him.
movies.
It's like
Not-
Z movie, never mind B movie.
Yeah,
It's
and
just awful.
they're all like rated under
Do you
5.
ever
They're
want to watch the
terrible.
most boring bullshit
It's
Cusack movie ever?
unfortunate. I
Number
think it's what
Station.
happens.
Number
when
Station,
you-
yeah.
It's what happens when you let your TDS get to you that bad. It's one thing you're like, oh, I'm not a fan of this guy. Okay, great. I still got to work on making movies. But it said, I feel like he just let it get to him so bad that now his quality has gone down along with his personality.
He's appearing in movies. He appears in movies now that even Nick Cage would be embarrassed to be in, you know?
I mean, even Ron Perlman saying no to these movies, and that should say volumes.
Yeah.
I will say this in defense of Cusack, he's always been a liberal twerp. So this
Oh,
isn't
he always
exactly
has,
like
yeah. No,
it's
that's
not like
not
he
new.
became one of these guys who suddenly started popping off. Like he's always been an
No, but it
obnoxious
fucked
liberal.
him. It fucked him in the long
Oh yeah,
run.
sure. I'm just saying, like, as far as it's not like it's out of character.
No,
you know,
Yeah,
like,
and I think
he's
some of these
always been
lines
like this.
I think some of the lines when he's arguing with the other cop, I think he added those lines. I'm guessing because it sounds like something that he would write when he's, putting the other guy down for quote unquote not being as educated.
Gregarious,
we saw him
loquacious.
before.
How about chatty?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I think that those are some of the
Garrulous.
things.
What the
that
fuck
he
is
would-
garrulous?
Yeah.
He's doing Colmini rules. What's
I
up
would
with
call that-
Dictionary Boy over here? So Source
call
Boy
that
probably more accurate.
Smart subtlety. Smart subtlety is what that was.
Well,
It's line that
Cusack,
just kind of happened, and
Cusack
well,
is educated enough to read a 2.8 out of 10 script, so that's good. That's good.
I wonder if it's one of those things like it is that Nick Cage thing where like you don't do any work, you just show up, read your lines before
Just
you do the
it.
take, and
Take
just
the
do
money,
it.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but still, I mean, you feel like you could get one good movie thrown in there.
with Cage, for Cage, it don't matter the script because even if he knows that the movie sucks, unlike Cusack, at least we know with Cage he's gonna give it his all.
He's gonna give
Cage
it his
is
all.
still gonna he's gonna go full Cage, and he's still gonna give the performance that you've never seen before.
Did you see
And
that vampire movie he did?
Renfield? Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Renfield. My girlfriend and I watched Renfield. I actually enjoy it. Now, I'm gonna say this up. It's a good movie. The only thing that hurts it by a few points is how awful Aquafina is.
Oh, she's terrible. She's one of those
Oh,
characters that's
and-
like no arc, just a fucking flat, straight line, like awful character.
You didn't like her in Shang-Chi?
I didn't see that. I mean,
dude,
but she's insufferable. But the movie's like, I think it's okay.
like the
But
movie.
Nick is great in it. Like he
Oh,
really
he's so
owns
good.
that character. It seemed a little like SJWE to me. Like not necessarily messagey, but just like the people who wrote it, like they're just getting off on themselves, you know?
Well, Robert Kirkman was one of the writers. And I didn't get that as far as the writing goes, but I did. Like I said, I did thought, wow, this was Aquafina's least worst performance, and still she was insufferable. That's just that's not her best. It's her least worst.
Yeah.
Like,
She's
you
I don't
can't even
know
get
what
Oh,
dirt
man.
she has on. She has got like she's got like compromat on like, you know what I mean? On like Bob Iger or something. I don't know how the hell she is even a personality, but she's got dirt on someone. She's got leverage somewhere.
Oh, I know.
There's no
Anyone
way.
see the Cage movie Pig? I saw the preview.
Oh yeah,
That was really good.
I've
Is that
seen
good?
it. It was very good. Yeah, very good.
Oh,
Not quite. It
looked
didn't turn out
interesting, yeah.
quite how I expected as well. It's an interesting movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some people thought it was okay, some didn't like it. I really did enjoy it. I really thought Cage and Holt were really good in their performance, and to me, I liked the idea the story was going. So I'd watch again. It's just like I said, Aquafina is what really hurt for me. I think if they had a better lady for a cop, they could have gotten a better part out of that.
see it for Nick
The
Cage.
bunny has to go. Bunny got to go.
I do.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's plug you in so we can slide you out.
Hey, the bunny is getting back in the box. What's up? Yeah. Anyway, so hey, I'm actually Corey from Talks a Lot Entertainment. Check me out here on YouTube and over on Rumble. The usual thing is Corey's Corner. Today we talked about the first time ever someone being charged with aggravated homosexuality. So go check out the stream. It was a great time. Also, catch me Thursday on Thursday Night Throwdown, Comics Division's channel. Nick is probably right. We're probably going to wind up talking about Equalizer 3, assuming enough people go and watch it.
Yeah, dude. No, I at the minimum, I will. I hope you guys get to do it as well. But dude, in case you don't, we got you covered. We got you covered.
Word.
Corey, it's been awesome to hang out with you again, man. You know how it goes here. As long as there's room, you always have a spot here. And I can tell you want to slide one thing in. So now's your chance to slide it in.
Make sure you listen to the music tracks that I dropped on my channel.
Yes.
If you like them,
yes,
you can buy a copy on Bandcamp. That was the last thing I needed to say. A new track will be dropping, however, this Friday. So just tune in for that too. So
now, Corey, before you slide out, this link that Mark USC posted, thank you, Mark. Does that link take you to the Bandcamp links when you go onto the music's links on your YouTube channel? Just so I just want to make sure people have accessibility to get to it.
So when you click on the link that Mark D just shared, it'll take you to my main channel. And then my Bandcamp and everything is right there on the about page and stuff like that. It's all there. Merch shop. If you want to drop a link or just listen to some previous tracks I did, all that's there. Also link to my Twitch gaming channel, which is practically inactive. So if you want to go there, you can scare me into thinking I'm gaining shadow followers. But, you know.
Okay.
Anyway, stay sexy. Don't get murdered. And as always, have a wonderful time.
Take care, Corey. I'll see you soon, bud. Thank you for being here.
Take care.
As always.
Cheers,
and
mate.
that, guys, is Talks a Lot Entertainment. And Mark, thank
Wait
you
a minute.
for getting another link here.
All I can say is that the people who brought those charges for aggravated homosexuality, I hope they never watch this show because we're all in big trouble then.
Big Robbie.
Everyone's going to get cited.
We're the
Well,
incitement.
Prepare for absolute defenestration. And you know what, guys? Woo!
Huge!
Dude. Emperor's NM. Holy crap. $30. Dude, that deserves a little bit of an encore. With for $30 says have some pizza.
That time I heard you coming.
Oh, dude, Empress, that is wow. That's nuts. You're absolutely nuts. Thank you, dude. I will gladly treat the family to pizza this week just because of that. I mean, I was gonna get pizza anyway, but now you just solidified it. Thank you for the $30. That's insane. Wow. Holy crap. I'm not worthy of that, but thank you.
You're gonna have a Casey's Meat Lovers.
You know, we're pretty streamlined here. Like, usually if I'm solo, I'll get like the Meat Lovers, but usually we get stripped down. Usually, like, like I know the kids like sausage and black olives. My girlfriend, she likes pepperoni. Believe it or not, I like a good plain cheese, and the reason why, and I take this from the Dave Portnoy School of Pizza. In order for me to truly judge a pizza on its own merits, I need to see what it's like on a plain cheese, because a pizza is on its three basic ingredients: cheese, sauce, and bread. The ingredients are like the toppings are supposed to be the icing on the cake to enhance the greatness. To me, if you can make a great plain cheese, then your pizza is worth going to by default. The toppings are just
support that.
the big male enhancement.
Support that.
You're right, Nick. Yeah, no, if you got good sauce and good cheese, then that's just classic pizza, then you know it's good. If you don't have that foundation, it doesn't matter what you put on top, it's going to be horrible.
Yep.
Always go for the plain or the margarita first just to see if they know what they're doing. Absolutely.
Yeah, the margarita is a good choice. Nick, I've given you my crust recipe a couple of times, and if you ever need it again, I'll post it in your Gilded.
Yeah, no, just post on the Gilded, man, because I do want to actually try. I remember your recipe did actually sound really good. I remember you posted once a while back, and I was like, wow, that sounds really good. Dude,
I've been making pizza with my
Buscemi.
big green egg, so I gotta get that recipe. Yep.
I want to get one of those little portable pizza ovens that gets up to like 800 degrees. You know, the ones that have like propane on them?
Yep.
I want that so bad because I make pizza at home. It's okay, but I want it to get like
No,
that.
you gotta have the oven. Yeah, and I do it on the green egg, but yeah, that's a great thing to get. I got a buddy who.
I love pizza on the egg, man. Pizza on the egg with a good stone. That'll be the best pizza you make.
Nice.
Emperor's
so
NM. The link, I have it tagged up top above in the chat. If you just click on it there rather than when it comes up in the comments, you could just do it there. Otherwise, I'll just post it right here as well. But just so you know, for future reference, just remind me and I'll post it for future reference. But that's the link. And yeah, it should be pinned though. I mean, tell me, guys, you see the pin thing up top for the blue?
Yeah,
where it shows
it's pinned. Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, just ignore the link when it comes up in the comments. Just ignore it. But if you see under the tag, but still, dude, that 30 was insanely generous. Seriously, I'm beyond fantastic, man. I mean, everyone has helped make this show quite huge. Oh, and there's our boy getting serious. Is this before he steals Cole Meany's car?
Uncle Bob's Scenic Tours.
yeah, Uncle Bob. Gotta love Uncle Bob. Look at that smile there. Oh, I'm gonna blow up the plane. I don't give a shit.
No, because he didn't figure it out yet. Because he thinks he's just going to blow it up, and then the body's got to fall out of the sky, and then he gets the phone call. Well, I don't think he's an astronaut.
Another great line. Yeah.
Dude, imagine it's just you're just going about your day and just a body just
I love that. Dude, every moment of this movie is perfect. Ah, shit.
Really
Will you look at that?
Oh,
I get a 10 feet from the car wash and pow, bird shit. And he's lights change. Oh, God. And then, well, boom.
Oh,
good.
oh, exactly.
Poor Chappelle.
Burial. Oh, I know, right? Ooh, man, that's a bit brutal. For real.
It's a good mannequin.
Ooh. Yeah, that is good. The teeth kind of look creepy because they look kind of really real. Oh yeah, they look way too real. Damn.
So that's what happened to Pinball. Gotta cut him loose. Dead weight.
Cut him loose. Yeah.
Not exactly a proper burial, says the ring. Yep. But that was cool. He writes on the shirt. He writes the message on the shirt. I guess I missed clipping that, but yeah, he's got the message to the marshal.
Even for a convict, Cameron still cares about the guys he throws out the plane. He still cares.
It's great.
Funny is that even though the song "How Do I Live" is one of the few things to have been nominated for an Oscar and as a Razzie. Not many things get nominated for both. It actually got nominated for both. The "How Do I Live" song. It didn't win either or, shockingly, but the fact that it even got nominated for both, like, how often does it happen? Usually you get one or the other, but the fact that it had both.
You got every clip.
I've heard people, I have heard some people like, oh yeah, the song doesn't fit the movie. I can see why they say that, but at the same time, even though it's obviously not my kind of song, I can see why they added it to the movie, because it really is about, once again, this is where the layers of meanings of the movie come in. The song does have that because this is him trying to come to grips with a decade prison sentence. So
how can I live without you?
How can you live with it? Yeah, don't get it wrong. I would prefer to have had something like Sepultura in here or Anthrax. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't complain if I got some Eye on the Law from Anthrax. Don't get me wrong. Believe that. But
well, for big enough super chat, maybe we should all sing it. Just kidding.
Did we get the Sweet Home Alabama bit? Have we passed that in the movie?
No, we're not past that yet.
No, that's towards the end. That's after they leave Lerner.
Yeah. That's a great Buscemi moment. That's a really
I couldn't remember where it was in the movie. Yeah,
but Buscemi has so few lines in this. Like, this is one of his great lines. You know, he's that scary serial killer, and he's actually got some charm.
In this movie.
He looks like it. Yeah,
he does.
It's funny for all the fact
misplaced rage. Yeah,
funny for all the
misplaced rage. Yeah,
for all the fact the others are these big heavyweight villains, he's the scariest thing in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
This movie is brought
I
to us
drove
by
through
Heart
street.
for Men.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna do that line where he goes, "One girl, I drove through 3 states wearing her head as a hat."
That's right.
It's just like, it's my daughter's birthday today, so please feel free not to share everything with me.
Not to share that.
That's some that's some Ed Gein twisted read. Like that reminds me of that Slayer song that Slayer wrote by Ed Gein called Dead Skin Mask. I'm like, wow, Ed Gein much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buscemi is creepy. And they gave like the Hannibal Lecter looking mask too.
Yeah.
And because I knew who he was, I would still be able to be bought by his strong acting. But I always thought to myself, if this was my first time ever seeing him ever, I would have been even more freaked out. It's only because I've seen him be funny and other things that I can know it's just Steve Buscemi being a good actor. But man, this is my gay with him. I could have swore he was a character because he really sells the part here. Really,
yeah. I think guys are scared of him too, which adds to it, right? They're like Vin Rames, he's scared to take the mask off. He's
When Cyrus leans in, love your work.
Yeah, love your work. Yeah.
That was funny.
So perfect.
That line was damn funny.
I think the minute this movie has the most quips.
Oh, I know. I love it though.
And it doesn't feel like they're, we have to make this moment funny or let's throw in a joke here. Like it's also articulate. Like it really has such a well-developed like style and tone. It's so good. I never get over it.
Above so many Michael Bay films.
Even though it's a Simon West movie, it does have Bayisms.
Totally.
It has Bayisms, but with a lot more substance to back it. So I would call it a Michael Bay movie with substance, is what I would call it.
I mean, Michael Bay did The Rock. You know what I mean? Like that movie
did The
fucking
Rock,
rules.
but the thing is, this was before Bay went full Bay. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
This was when he was full movies like obviously The Rock, Bad Boys, and he was a lot more measured in his approach.
Yeah.
And now he's gone so overboard. Now it's become the Bayisms.
It's a meme. It's a literal meme.
Yeah, it's a meme. And at the time, this was obviously at a period of time where he definitely held it down. But nowadays, it's the parody. And I was just like, wow, okay.
But it has those Bayisms with the broad strokes of America. You know what I mean? Wholesome America. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Big waving flags. Like, but it's effective. It's like, it's like when you see in like Armageddon, like when the kids are like running through the streets, it looks like it's the 50s. Like what decade is that supposed to be? But it's like, it works. It makes you feel, it feels conscious of the emotion,
I said, put the bunny back in the box. The
box.
legendary line of all the lines. I said, put the bunny back in the box. And then he talks to it at the end. All you had to do is put it back.
Yeah, why couldn't you just put the bunny back?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I mean, I am guessing that if you asked most people to name their favorite Michael Bay movies, they would say Con Air. But it's just
it does
ironic.
feel like a Michael Bay movie.
It does. It feels just like a Michael Bay. I mean, it's bizarre. I bet he lies awake. I bet Bay lies awake at night going, I wish I'd made that fucking movie. I wish I'd made that.
Did Bruckheimer produce The Rock?
Oh, he probably did.
Yeah, I think he producer directed it. He producer directed
I think he
it.
did.
Maybe he directed it.
So maybe some of those Bayisms or stuff, maybe those are more Bruckheimer things that he sort of like, those are his notes. That's what he puts in.
No, Bruckheimer was, I think he is a producer because it was Bay who directed. What am I thinking? No, I don't see any producer credit.
Oh, so maybe not.
Bay. I mean, Bruckheimer, I meant to say. Yeah, I don't, unless I'm
Bruckheimer is Bay, though.
He's done so many movies.
It's funny. One of my top 10 movies of the last 10 years is 13 Hours.
Good movie. Good movie.
That's a superb movie and not at all like the big overblown. Yeah.
No, it's not like Pearl Harbor where it's like,
oh my god,
it looks good. The story is terrible. That's also what we got to see. Krasinski is like a badass like operator.
He was good. Yeah.
He's great as Jack Ryan too.
I love.
Yes, he was. He was.
Yeah, I haven't
So
watched
bloody
that
much.
last season, but yeah, the first two
I
seasons
watched
were
the last
good.
one. It's pretty good. I like the fact it's only 6 episodes, so they don't muck about. It's just pure story, pure action. There's no padding.
Don't drag
of
it
any
out
kind.
like
Yeah, they don't drag it out. It's no
Sucker
padding.
Invasion.
Yeah.
I thought
8 episodes of
they,
nothing.
So Bruckheimer did produce The Rock. Yes.
Okay.
As well as
Okay, so
Armageddon.
he did.
Armageddon.
I must have missed it.
So
I
that
knew,
makes
I
sense.
knew he was involved with Armageddon. I like how CJP posted in the comments. Danny Trejo was his death is so funny. Like I'm pretty sure he's dead. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing.
It's great.
But that
It's
was
great.
Their comments. I'm pretty sure he's dead, and then they move the body, and then you just see the
arms just. My girl had made an audible. My girlfriend made an audible like,
Buscemi always looked like the guy who would be at the bottom of Buffalo Bill's pit.
That's right.
he looks like he'd be Buffalo Bill's like Igor. Like, yes, master. What can I get you? Another young thing for
Gollum.
you?
He would have been a great Gollum. He's got the eyeballs that pop like Gollum. And he seems like the type of guy if he had to have that like that Gollum like walk and the pose and the cripping
Just kind of
walk.
funny looking, you know? I don't know. Just kind of funny looking. Fargo? Anybody?
Fargo,
He
yeah.
just I haven't seen Fargo in a long time.
Funny
So.
little guy. Funny little
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Donnie, is that your little friend out there in the wood chipper?
Well, Buscemi, didn't he get stabbed in a bar fight when they were filming Armageddon with a bunch of the actors? Again, this nasty bar fight
What?
during filming.
That's an
I think it was
awesome
Armageddon.
story, really?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
yeah. And
it's
he
true,
got
yeah.
really screwed up. Yeah,
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. So I guess they didn't. Maybe they weren't scared of him at that point. But
He's
maybe
like,
after this movie,
here, go buy a neck. And then they're like, they should use that in the movie. I got stabbed for it.
I got a lot of time for Buscemi though, because what he did after 9/11.
Go back, Mark. I want
Going
to
back to he went back to being a firefighter in New York for a few
Yeah.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
No,
see
I got
what
mad
those
love for
gas
Buscemi.
Top man, yeah. Top man.
where do you want me to go to, Nick?
Yeah, they
It's
were
like
$1.03 a gallon for regular.
Jeez.
No way.
Dude, $1.03. And this was 1996. So we're 27 years later.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
released in June of '97, the same time where Face Off was released.
Well, I thought Face Off was 97.
Yep. They were both released in June of '97, according to IMDb.
That's crazy.
Really?
Dude, movies used to be good. What the fuck?
I know.
What happened?
Nowadays, it was like when you get a good one, it's like a special occasion. Whereas it was just like, oh, this is just a Tuesday for them
Yeah.
to come out as
Oh,
often
yeah.
and to maintain the quality at the same time. Like you could go through the 97 list. You could probably even go through like the 2004, 2005 list. You can still find a good amount. Man,
Dude, 2 years after this, The Matrix came out.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
We had The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, The Matrix within 4 years of each other. Like,
Well, The
it's
Rock,
fucking
Con Air, and
crazy.
Face Off are within one calendar year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Incredible.
Well,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
look at
12 months.
1982 or 1983 movies.
You're
We were
right.
doing
Rock
that one
was
night
96.
on my show.
Right.
It was like the 83. You had so many amazing
Just
movies.
incredible.
It was
I'll take
ridiculous.
84, but okay, you can have 83.
Or was it 80? Yeah, 80. I'm forgetting the exact year, but if you go back to that, like 1 year, they had just that, like, you know, some of the greatest all-time movies all in one summer. It's ridiculous, you know.
There was one
Ghostbusters and-
where if there's this meme from the Chatsworth Mall. Here, I got it. And I'll show it to you. It's like this is from I guess like this is 87, and it's just like I saw this popping around the internet, but this is just like one summer in 87. Like,
wow,
the fuck? You know what I mean?
Oh
Like, let's
my
just stay here all
God.
day.
I wish I
You
still
know?
had the picture of it, but I saw Marquee from 2000, and
Yeah.
the few movies that were playing, and they listed them in this order. It was Aaron Brockovich screwed my duck skip.
No,
Very
what?
See, I went to the cinema 3 or 4 times a week in that era.
Dude,
This
I
era
could see
here, I
all
would have
these
been
in
there
one-
I would have gone to see all 4 of those movies at that-
Twice.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw all those in the
They're all
movie theater when
classics.
I saw those
know?
all in the movie theater when they came out. Yep.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I
It
probably
just-
saw RoboCop twice, 2 or 3 times, and
Couldn't
Predator
keep up
probably
with the
2 or
amount
3
of good
times.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like they're
Lost
all
Boys was a good
indelible.
date movie. I think that date ended up going pretty well with
There you go.
A kiss in the cheek.
Under the pants
RoboCop.
handy.
RoboCop is where you got the dudes together and you
Yeah.
know be dudes.
Predator.
Lost Boys was keep
Predator. Oh,
reminding-
dude. I don't know. I thought about because I was rewatching the first Expendables and I was thinking about wow, Terry Crews sweats so much in that movie that his sweat has sweat. And then I look at Predator and Arnold and Carl Weathers sweat a lot too. I mean, they just need to bring back Carl Weathers for an Expendables 5, and then they can all combine the amount of sweat in that
Our
movie
sweat
between
combined
all
together,
three.
we will make
Yeah. I
testosterone.
don't know what they'll
Nami.
make. Yeah,
The sweat Nami.
Yeah, a sweat Nami.
The sweat Nami.
Seriously, I was like, wow, these dudes are so sweaty.
Sweat Nami.
Did you enjoy it, Nick? Did you? Were you?
Oh yeah, dude. Especially
you-
when
you
Terry
loved
Crews
it?
there, he had that giant gun, and
Sweat
he was
needle.
just like,
Sweat needle, yeah.
and I swear, the more bullets he shot, the sweatier he got. I'm not even joking. I swear his sweat was probably going on a diet. I mean, to be fair, that when Arnold was being awesome and cool like that, I would probably make that a protocol too. That's probably one of the few, for lack of a better term, mandates I could get behind. You're working on this movie, have a cigar, get out, shut up.
out.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. You're fired.
Yeah, the guy that played Billy on Predator, he had had so many bad incidents on other film sets that they had to bring on Sven Thorson as security, and therefore he had to wear a lot of hats. But his primary job during production was to make sure Billy did not intimidate or butt fuck any of the other cast.
Butt fuck? Is that like a euphemism, or you mean like literally?
No. That's on IMDb. Billy was famous for harassment and assault on other casts and other productions.
Wow.
He would do the one thing that Meatloaf said in that 7-minute long song that he wouldn't do for love.
He wouldn't do it.
Sonny Landham was not a nice man, especially when there was alcohol available. That's all I'm going to say.
Fun fact, this guy who's running away, the pilot, this guy shows up in, I think, literally every single David Fincher movie. He was, he's like, I guess he's friends with him. And he was the guy in Fight Club who's like the baggage claim guy. And he's like talking about the electric razor. But every once in a while, it's a dildo. I don't know, like that guy, and I just recognize him because I've seen Fight Club a million times, but I'd see him. He's always in these Fincher films, and I met him one day, and I was like, "Oh, hey, man, he's from fucking Fight Club." He's like, we talk about him and Fincher are buddies and this, that, and the other. So I was like, "Oh wow," and that's that guy running away. Hey, you stupid piece of shit! Oh.
I don't want to fuck with these guys.
Yeah, and then they pay it off later. He's still running in the desert after they take off. Yeah.
So, Dustin, you alive there?
Yep, just listening.
I want to hear your thoughts on all the sweatiness and the long hair and the Con-Airiness of the song. The fact that he pushes these guys around to put on and act like he's a kid. So I'll sit these guys down. I want to hear your thoughts. I know you enjoy listening, but I want that keto input.
Oh, so yeah, the sweatiness would not be a thing that I would enjoy. It's kind of
like the stench of
bad
man
too. Okay. What was that?
I say you don't like the stench of men?
No, not particularly.
You don't want to be on a set that smells like a locker room? All right.
Well, I imagine. I imagine they're probably pretty clean in this movie. They probably had their own trailers and showers and stuff. But like, if you're looking at the context of the movie itself, it's disgusting because they're all prisoners.
I can't imagine
And,
Cyrus the Virus being someone everyone's like, yeah, you smell really good. What cologne do you use? I just don't see that happening.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Now, that would be a great line, actually, if they threw that line in. Yeah, I'm wearing the smell of intimidation. Dude, that'd be a damn good line. See? You
Intimidation by Cyrus.
Okay.
What happened there? Wait.
What?
I don't know.
Matt?
Wait, was Matt in the movie? Oh, I didn't see the original. Shit.
All right, this is a throwback to a few weeks back. But for those who were not there, we did Lionheart with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Jean-Claude Van Damme and his opponent were wearing the same outfit. No joke. This is when Van Damme was wearing his weird, like, not thong.
You mean,
thing.
sorry, Nick, do you mean there was only one outfit and they had to share it? Or do you mean they both had to? So who wore it at any one time?
Debatable. That's certainly debatable. Whatever it was. There's our gay boy. There's our gay boy. Man, this guy. I was like,
now, do you think this,
dude.
Do you think this little girl's a serial killer in training someday, playing in the pool with the dolls? Like
No.
that was just so creepy. I was like,
oh,
what's
it is
going in
dude.
the pool? I'm like,
that's what poverty looks
empty
like.
pool.
Okay, Mark.
No, but I mean, like, I wouldn't play in the pool. I mean,
what I thought
such
about
a creepy scene.
Oh yeah,
well,
totally.
It is a very creepy scene. What I thought about that scene was he's one of those. I don't want to think they're trying to put I don't think they're trying to put a sympathetic spin, but they're trying to put this is how he reacts when one person's actually genuinely nice to him. He actually is like not rotten towards them. That's why obviously he took that doll and was singing that song that they were singing together, and he just kind of went by.
It's so great. They're getting shot at. The whole
world it is head, and the fact that and I remember like being kind of like, oh fuck, they're really gonna do this, and then like I was like kind of creeped out. Then I was kind of equally as creeped out that he walked away singing this song. I'm like, wow, they couldn't do anything to make this less creepy. They couldn't do anything to make, even though he spared her life. I was like, and I can actually buy that. I could actually buy that.
Well, you know what else
some
it does
people
though?
like that. What?
Effectively, it adds to the tension, right? Because like while all this is going on, you know, with the plane and Sandino and all this stuff, this is also in the background. And so like when they take off and then like she's like bye 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 bye, and like it's like it's another level of relief you feel. So it like you're so on board with like the story and what's going on in the movie that like it just, you know, because you're invested. Like you don't want to see a kid get, oh god, what's gonna happen? And then it's just like, oh thank god.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you think it's brilliant that they put him over there because you're thinking, okay, what's he gonna do to this kid?
Yeah.
And like your mind kind of goes running wild while they never mentioned anything about him being doing anything to kids, right? He said he wore that lady's head as a hat through 3 states, but he never said he did anything to kids. But you kind of put that on him a little bit when he walks over to this kid because you see this guy who's crazy murderer. And the fact that when they introduce him, he's like locked up and he's got a face mask on and he's like Hannibal Lecter. He's even more than Hannibal Lecter. So you look at that and you're like, okay, what's he going to do? So that adds that own level of tension that's brought on by yourself.
Yeah.
Good thought.
And it's really effective.
You could also argue maybe that the girl kind of cures him because in the end, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Maybe the girl cures him.
He finally had that experience of someone being cordial because he always talked about how he goes to work, how he hates practically everything around it. Now I'm paraphrasing him, not being literal, but how he hated everyone and thing around him. And he had that experience where something went good in his life. And now all of a sudden he felt like he should finally, I don't want to say change his ways, but he definitely had a sense of renewed appreciation, I guess, for himself. Cause he was obviously, the guy was definitely borderline ready to off himself any way he can just to get off that plane and, well, take everyone down with him if he had to. And I feel like that definitely leveled him out a little bit. You can never completely level those guys out ever, but it definitely tempered him at least a notch or two.
New shooter. Does the new shooter feel lucky? Yes, I
Yes, he does.
I spoke to your wife in person. In person. You saw her
Tell
face
her
today.
I couldn't leave a fallen man behind. I hope she'll
If
understand
this
that.
thing
Like,
goes
in
bad,
person, no, in
Boston.
AWO chat room. That would have been huge in 97.
He's my hummingbird.
There's two men I trust. One of them's me. The other's not you.
So who would have gone off the plane here? That would be a good poll for the chat. Yeah, who's getting off the plane if you had a chance, or who's staying behind? Right. Not an easy choice for. I mean, Nick Cage, of course, is an Army Ranger, so you can't leave anyone behind. But I don't know. I might be getting off
out
that
of
plane.
that plane as fast as like shit off a shovel, like a snake out of an aqueduct.
Oh, whoa. Oh, look at that move that was playing.
Oh, this is so great.
They're moving the plane out.
Oh, dude.
I'm just getting ready for like the end with fucking Sandino. That's my fucking plane.
Oh, I like how when he sees his car being lifted out in the air, and Poe had God, what was it that Poe said? But it was like, oh, on another day that might seem strange. That just goes to show you how his day is going when that's the most normal thing happening.
And then back on the ground, like the guy goes, "Is that your car, Malloy?" He goes, "It couldn't be. I left mine at the office." And then Cusack just walks up and it crashes through the tower and it lands. There he goes.
Yeah, the
"When this is
license plate
over,
is
so are you little shit. Great. It's great.
The license plate is ass kicker
Ass
too
kicker.
on the car.
Yeah.
And that's right after that they go into Sweet Home Alabama. It's just so perfect.
And this
That
line is
is a-
scary here too with the girls. Like, "Are you sick?" You're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna snap right."
Dude,
Sick.
I thought this
is
was
the
when he was
scene,
going
yeah.
to lose it. And the fact that he went to I guess you could say a nuanced conversation about sick and all that stuff, I did not think it was going to go there. I thought it was going to be like a how dare you question me or how dare you say that type of thing. But instead it turned into this conversation. I'm like, bro, wow. I mean, this scene could have gone a million different messed up ways, and the fact that it turned out this way and somehow you still are sold by
I
it.
do remember at the
Bro.
time feeling a little bit uncomfortable as it was going into the scene, thinking, "Oh, what's going to go on here? This is a bit weird." But
And once again, it's Buscemi. He straight up, once again, small guy, and he still looks like the most messed up one of them all. Even though, once again, especially if this is your gateway to Buscemi, I could see this being that much more terrifying. He has that maniacal face in this movie down to a T.
Yeah, this is
There's
one of
no
the better
medicine
lines.
for
Yeah,
what
there's
I
no
have.
medicine for what I have. Yep. And then she's like,
Yeah.
"You want to
Wanna
sing?"
What?
Sing?
What?
Do
All right,
you
let's all
know
sing it.
he's got the whole world in his hands? Yes, I do.
It's just
He's got the whole. Well, you don't want me to sing, but yeah,
He's got
I might
Poor
turn people into
girl.
serial killers.
this poor girl is so lonely in this whatever the hell
Yeah,
it
it's
is
so
out in the
sad.
middle of
swimming
nowhere.
pool. It's a like I guess like a trailer park nearby, and it's like a drained swimming pool.
Yeah,
Must
she's so
be the
lonely.
Yeah.
projects of the desert. The projects of the desert, if such a
And
thing
then
is
those
a
cups
thing.
are broken in a later shot, aren't they?
Yeah.
On the table.
Yeah,
So
which
you-
makes you think something happened.
Yeah, but do you see
Or
her?
perhaps this is all in his head and she doesn't exist.
Did you see her after this? That
Well, then where do you get the
scene?
Barbie?
Yeah, you
Where
do.
do you
You
get the
see her
Ken doll?
walk away. You do
You
see her walk away.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye,
And she's
bye, bye,
all,
bye.
yeah. She says bye to the plane. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, that's somehow, but that's so messed up. The
But it's
fact that
also
she went
like,
bye-bye to
from a
plane of
writing
convicts.
perspective, it's such a perfectly executed sequence. Like it starts off, they don't know what's going on. They're looking for their jet, and then like complications happen, and then Nick Cage and John Cusack fuck it all up, but they still just get away, and then it's like it's over and on to the next section. Like it's just so articulate. Like the skill that went into making this is it's incredible that it went into this movie because it's like this could be such a forgettable movie. You know, a bunch of convicts on a plane could have been easy to just, okay, that was fine or terrible or whatever, but it's brilliant. Like, it's for what they're going for, it's flawless.
And look at this shot here. This is a brilliant, brilliant shot. You got that whole perspective here, the girl's forefront, and then you've got the decaying pool falling apart in the background with clay and mud on there, and it's got all different colors. And look at the stuffed animals on the bottom drawer. So they're paying attention when they're, you know, setting up a shot like this. So, you know, it's no accident that those stuffed animals, and it kind of reminds you of the bunny. And this reminds you of Nick Cage's
it's
daughter.
from it's from Buscemi's point of view, which is the only point of view shot we have in the whole movie. Makes it feel like he's like the Terminator, like looking at a target.
Yeah. Yeah, so this shot really stuck out to me. I'm like, oh, this is, and in the movie theater, it's even, you know, even scarier too.
It's probably allegorical. I just don't know for what.
I don't know. You look at that look, dude. Go back that shot. Go back that creepy shot.
The pool and
dude.
the stuffed animals. They probably mean something, but
yeah,
I'm not sure
So
what.
if you go back to that shot of the girl with the pigtails, it reminds you of that corn, the first Corn record, the album cover.
Oh,
the first
yeah,
Korn
with
record.
the girl on the first cover.
Follow
yeah,
the
you're
Leader,
right.
I think.
Oh
no,
no, that's
the first
the third
one where
album.
she's on the swing set.
Yeah, it's the first album. It was self-titled when they had Blind on there and Chutes and Ladders.
And
yeah,
there's just that
it was
shadow
that
of a
cover.
person. How
She
ominous
does
that
have
makes it look.
She does have a similar look to that girl on that album cover. I remember that album because I remember to me that was like the best album that they ever did ever, like of that one. That was when they were a truly heavy band. Yeah, no, she does look, and that was so. If Con Air was 97, that Korn album was. I know it's not the same
96,
girl.
I think.
I'm just so that's a 3-year difference because the Korn album was 1994 because Life is Peachy came out in 96. So this is 97. So 3 years between then. Yeah, that was the 90s, man. Adidas, Puma, Steve Buscemi, Nicolas Cage.
We had all this great music, all these great movies. You know, it's like we didn't no idea how good we had it. Had no idea.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
We thought it would go
Sega
on
Genesis
forever.
64. Like we did not know how good it
last
was.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, Disney's gonna buy Marvel someday. Who would have predicted that? Yeah,
Star Wars came back to the big screen. I mean, it was a jubilee. Yeah.
No, they were good times. Yeah, it's always the way it goes, right? Youth is wasted on the young. That's a great shot there too. Just really creepy.
No, it is. It really is.
And
I
establishes
like
that puts the trailer park there, lets you know it's not just a random girl. It's like there's getting a little bit of backstory where she lives, like effective storytelling.
Yeah, there's people that live there. Yeah,
Not this volume stuff we get on these new shows with the background. You can tell where the background begins and the actors end.
Yeah,
you know,
they're clearly just on some
that-
giant sound stage with a big green screen behind them. It's like, good work, guys. You really gave it all. Did anyone watch Mahler's video on Ant-Man and Quantumania?
Not yet. I have it saved because
It's
I've been meaning
phenomenal.
to watch it, and I'm hoping because I want to have them over.
Is it 5 hours long? Someone told me?
5 and
And
almost
it's-
6
it's-
hours.
You won't even notice the time. It's
so good.
phenomenal. Yeah, it's so good.
He's so brilliant. Yeah.
It's spectacular. I can't imagine the amount of work that went into that. I feel like more thought and work went into that than the entire Phase 4.
I remember when I caught his review of the Snyder Cut, and I think that was 4 hours as long as the actual Snyder Cut movie, and I thought that was fantastic. I'm like, wow, this was way better than that movie where everything happened in slow motion and had dudes just endlessly moping around for.
And he
4
made a
hours.
really good case for Joss Whedon, which I was like, wow, I did not expect that angle at all. And he was just
The funny part
pretty
is,
good.
I actually was. I wouldn't say that I expected it, but it was something I was like. For me, it was more of it's about time someone said that because I actually felt the way that he felt. Actually, felt the way he felt because Joss Whedon was handed he was given a plate and said you have to make do with what's done here, and he wasn't so he was just basically he was brought in there to follow orders whether you like or not. I'd make the argument that his tonality wise, his movie fit that stuff more than Zack Snyder's did, because Zack Snyder and DC don't go together. But I don't. If I keep going on, I'm going to go on the third Zack Snyder tangent in 24 hours. I should probably stop.
I know we
while
should
I'm
avoid
ahead.
that.
Stop yourself.
Because I was really close on Mead to doing it, and last night on Comics Division, I went off.
Well, okay. Well, here's how we can do it, because the best line of the movie is coming up right here. When like Sandino, yeah, I bet hands down. Then Sandino crashes into this, and he comes out all covered in gasoline, and he's like, "Sai, we were coming to get you. We were coming to get you." And he goes, "Sai," and he takes a cigarette, Anara, and he just flicks.
Oh
it.
Dude,
So good.
You're right.
Brilliant.
Oh man,
Brilliant. I wonder if they named him, but it's like that's because it's like he couldn't just change his name for that joke. Like Cyrus the Virus is actually clever, and then they take that little Sai Anara, like it's great. So good.
Classic.
I love the way the wind comes at him from the flames. It's so it feels it's perfect.
I wonder if that was CGI or a stuntman there. It looked pretty real.
I think it was probably both.
Probably physical.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I mean, they try to do as much real stuff into this movie. Like, obviously, unfortunately, there was the guy who died while making this movie, Phil Swartz, when he had a prop that fell on him.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the actual plane fell. It was actually the plane. They were working on the plane.
The plane prop that did. Yeah. So
no, the whole plane. The actual plane fell on him.
Whoa! I didn't know that.
They had a filming model, but an actual size of the plane, and he was a welder, and something happened. Some kind of they don't say exactly what happened, but it's horrible. But then the guy was crushed by the he's probably working underneath one of the props, and on the plane, and then tragically passed away. So that's that scene. That's that line at the end of the movie in the credits saying it's for him.
Did not know that. That's tragic.
Let's also a lot of the stuff for the Vegas scene that is obviously not far away. A lot of that stuff they actually had an actual building did get crashed into for that stuff. So that was like a lot of that stuff for the crash landing was a thing. Like,
well, they were tearing down the sands at the time, so they used destroying that iconic hotel where Sinatra, Elvis, everyone who's famous in Vegas. And they just said, "Hey, can we blow some shit up? Why not? Right? It's getting destroyed anyway." So
yeah, they did another movie to the Riviera.
Yeah, Riviera. Yeah, no, it's cool that they try to make this movie as, I guess, I don't want to say realistic, but as just genuinely real as possible. And obviously, when you see Nicolas Cage, I mean, you're like, yeah, he's really going out there, kicking ass and taking names. Oh, I love it where he said, "What's that? What's that thing? It's a rock."
and the guy looks, and I love the way the guy looks around, like, okay, like he's embarrassed, but also like kind of like don't say anything. Yeah,
yeah, I laughed so
okay.
hard. That's a rock.
And he's dumb as a bag of them. Yes.
Yeah.
And look what his tattoo says: "Cut here."
Cut here.
He looks like a professional wrestler to me.
He does.
Yeah. Bosworth.
That's it. It's Brian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love Cyrus the Virus comes up with this tactical plan, like Hannibal. Within 30 seconds, he's got the whole thing mapped out and all the strategy.
Lucky
that,
he had
that's
enough
perfect for
great
his
too.
character, though.
Considering my audience, I'm going to keep this very simple. He did have enough time though to construct a little model of the plane with like wings on it and all that, So
he would have been screwed without all those empty cans. So what would he have done?
Yeah. I always love the way the first one goes in and the way the camera is, and the sand goes up above it. Like it's a very satisfying stomp.
It probably took a day to put that together.
Like see there, he's got like the little model plane. He spent I don't know 2 hours working on that to like make this this little model he's got.
But that fits his character because he's supposed to be a super genius, right? So it all fits. It all fits in the movie, right? He's got.
I don't know why prison guards needed grenade launchers because that's what was in the belly of the plane. I'm not sure. when that would come in handy.
Because that's
but-
what you fire on a plane all the time. When you're in a plane, you fire grenade
Yeah.
launchers. Yeah.
I don't really work in prison, so I don't know what kind of arsenal they have. So
Oh,
maybe
come
they
down.
do
Don't
have
be modest,
You're
man.
asking.
M79s.
You're asking for criminals to be reasonable with what they carry on. Hey, could you not carry that? You know, you don't really need that.
The shotguns, the M16s, fine. The grenade launcher, you're like, why?
Yeah, a little
why?
overkill.
Yeah, like what contingency would
It's
that
just
come in
in
handy?
case they had to invade a Central American country at some point.
In what?
Sometimes you just want to make a prisoner in the pink mist.
In case 40 prisoners at once need to get shot.
That's a good one.
In what contingency do you try to reason with insane people and think, "Oh, you don't need that. It's okay. Just give it up."
Also, this movie, you know what we didn't talk about this movie is how strong the representation is. It's got lots of diversity. It's got trans representation. I mean, this is a progressive film, everybody.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way ahead of its time. This is when they teased that maybe he did something with the girl right in the middle of the firefight. So you don't have time to really dwell on it. You're just like, oh no, what happened with the girl? And then like in the meantime, like propane tanks are exploding and all the National Guard and then John Cusack with the truck. Come on, you stupid piece of shit car. Fucking.
Well, maybe that's how the cups got destroyed on the table. I guess maybe the explosion or something. On the little girl's table. When all the cups were
could
broken.
be. I mean,
maybe this
concussive
explosion.
waves.
Yeah.
Could
and then you
be.
find out she's okay, obviously. But, yeah.
Wait, did we do the part where he rolled past the
Spoiler.
old guy? The old guy who's hiding under the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is
that
it,
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've
great.
seen him on some movie. I can't remember who that actor is, but he looked really familiar.
I ain't gonna hurt you, old timer.
Well, the guy in the
I need
the
a
guy with the
syringe.
body.
Oh no, drugs will end you, son.
And now
When the body falls, that was the general from Stargate in the Volvo.
Oh, is that who that
When
is?
it gets
That's
yeah,
right.
that's the general from Stargate. Yeah.
Such a typical oldie locks response. Of course, that's what he said. Of all the things.
Just say
Oh,
no.
guys. By the way, for the 5 people that care, I caught wind of it. Az posted a review on Ahsoka's 3rd episode, and he said it wasn't good. I mean, we're having fun talking about we're having fun talking about Con Air. I'd say we're in good company, way better company than that show. So
Apparently that
I just
guy
want to
under-
throw that out there.
Apparently, the guy under the truck was called Dabs Greer, and he was in dozens of TV shows and movies. So we've probably seen him in something. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks so familiar.
Lots
I'm
of
like, where have I
stuff.
seen him?
Dabs
Loads of
Greer
stuff.
almost sounds like a rapper, like one of
It
those mumble
does.
rappers, like with like the tattoos on his face.
Sounds like a pimp.
Dabs Greer.
He was in, he's been in so much stuff right back to the 50s or whatever. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a career.
Oh,
So I
God,
wasn't
yeah.
imagining it. Yeah,
He was in all the old westerns like Rawhide and stuff like that. Wagon Train.
I'd like
Wow.
to
So
say
yeah,
hello to
we've all
Eric
seen
K.
him somewhere. I bet you. Yeah, we've seen him somewhere.
Eric K. Shout
Eric
out
K.
Eric K. The
Greatest
legend.
mod in our
The Mensch
fellowship.
wrench. The Mensch
And
wrench.
this is where Cameron whoops the shit out of Daddy Jojo. You don't hurt that lady.
Ain't exactly my ties and Yahtzee out here, but let's dance.
Let's dance. Man.
Apparently,
The reference-
John Cusack's brother's in this movie as well.
Didn't even know he had a brother.
Bill Cusack. I knew he had a brother,
Bill.
sister Anne, but he's got a brother and he plays a paramedic in it. So
Can't forget Joan Cusack.
Yeah,
Joan.
there is Joan. Yeah,
She's
you're
great.
Right.
Whoa, wacky.
She's great, but there's just
Yeah.
something about her face that just seems off.
yeah,
She's so
Joan as
weird
well,
looking. But they
I
use that
can-
well. Did you ever see that movie Toys with
Oh,
Robin
yes.
Williams?
Oh
Yeah.
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 She inhabits that
Go
role
on.
so well because she is just, it's all weird. She's weird. It's like,
She's basically the female Steve Buscemi.
That's a
Kind
good
of,
comparison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Wow.
Not to saying that she's unattractive. She just there's something off about her.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, she
But
does
that-
play quirky roles, that's for sure.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
She's very expressive.
She was in a thing with James Spader once, I think, where they were all really weird sex shit was going on.
Is that Crash?
No, not that one. A
The
different
Office?
James Spader. A different James Spader one. It'll
Was
come
that
back
the
to
one
me.
with Sex Lies and Videotape?
It's not the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, I don't know if she's in
It'll,
that.
it'll come back to me.
How many
It'll come back
weird
to me.
sex movie was James Spader in? Jesus.
I've seen look. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of weird sex movies. I have to think carefully.
I guess I thought you were talking about the last season of The Office.
It's getting a little.
You have the biggest dick
man.
I've ever seen on a man.
What is
so vain.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Why does he say that to him?
Oh, dude, you need to. All right, Matt. Change. You need to change with your life, and you need to watch this with your girlfriend. You need to watch Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Great movie.
Okay. Is it great?
Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren, and this is basically Brandon Lee's movie that set him up to be a big rock star in The Crow, and then obviously tragedy struck. You can see his energy early on that he was obviously destined for great things, but not only was he destined for great things, he was also destined for a lot of gay things, and this movie was the best. This movie was the best for that.
He seems a little effeminate. Like when he's not the Crow in The Crow, he seems a little. I don't know if it's Hollywood and they all just kind of seem gay, but he seems like a little.
He's
you know,
excellent in Showdown. Be prepared. This is not a movie that has anything meaningful or some deep story. This is just two dudes who are obviously cops in LA who are just going after the Yakuza. That's all it is. And obviously Dolph Lundgren's trying to impress Tia Carrere. So don't expect anything meaningful. Just expect an hour and 20 minutes of ridiculous mayhem and on the nose one-liners and violence.
And Tia Carrere in the hot tub too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the right movie. I had the right movie with the wrong actress. The movie is The Secretary, but it's not Joan Cusack. It's Maggie Gyllenhaal. So I was getting my weird sex movies mixed up.
Bull Rush 4570 pointed that out.
Mixed up.
Yeah,
that's
a good call.
I love
If
that.
you've never
I
seen The
love that
Secretary,
game.
it's a rather interesting movie. I have to say.
Isn't that Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Maggie Gyllenhaal. She's pretty
she gets
good in
spanked.
it.
Yeah,
AKA the worst of the two Rachels. So when she actually blew up in the Dark Knight, Harvey Dent actually did Bruce a favor.
But like what Katie Holmes' acting is atrocious. Like in Batman Begins, she's so bad. It's like, oh my god, how did she get this job?
Because she's a
even if I could see to that being true, she was far more tolerable than Maggie Gyllenhaal. Maggie Gyllenhaal,
I like Maggie
constant
Gyllenhaal.
lead on.
She smiled at me once.
I like you. I like.
Well, she's pretty hot in The Secretary.
She led them
She's pretty
both
hot in-
on. She is trying to stir up division between the two guys. She kept leading them both on, saying, "I like you. No, I like this guy. I like you. No, I like this guy." So when Joker blew her up, he did them both a favor to end the divide. He was trying to bring them back together because he realized she was the one causing the problems.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are simps. She's not even that pretty.
So Joker,
do you guys think this is really a Corvette being, or is this model work? I want. This looks so damn real here.
It looks great.
Yeah, is that your car, Malloy?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Mine
If
at
it's
the
real.
office.
Left mine at the office.
Probably just a
The way
kid
he
call
says
out or
that, just
something.
perplexed, like, couldn't be.
I left mine at the office. And once again, the classic line from Kevin: "On any other day, that might seem strange."
Now, I think that is CG. The car being drugged behind.
That's really good CG because look
Yeah.
how great
For
that was.
96, 97.
Yeah,
It's not
we're
CG,
talking
it's
almost
projection.
3 decades almost later, and that looks fantastic because especially nowadays
the
with
physics are
modern
good.
CG.
The
With
way it
modern
moves.
CG, even when modern CG looks good, when you pause it into a frame, you could see where it's CG even in a pause frame. This here we have it paused, and it still looks real.
Yeah, this
It
looks
still
real
looks
there.
damn real.
Yeah,
nothing about
I mean, I wonder if anyone knows in the chat if anyone's read about this movie, if it's real or Memorex. I don't know, but looks damn good.
Does look good. It really does.
Yeah,
And then, I mean, they really crashed it through the.
You don't believe
through the tower.
that's real, but the one from a distance may be real.
I mean, they definitely smash the Corvette through the flight tower. That definitely happens. because you
I mean, the
see
point-
it's right up
Yeah, it
next
looks
to
real.
it, and it like smashes and lands. Like I don't know if it was a real Corvette or just a prop, but I mean, like they did this
Here
stunt.
we go. Yeah.
I mean, the plane would be obviously strong as a military.
I mean, look, they
transport.
launched
Welcome to
it.
the
They
90s.
clearly, there's no way this is CG. They clearly launched a Corvette through this flight tower. I mean, that's awesome.
The
Yeah,
that
90s were
rules.
great. Weren't the 90s so good?
So and it lands right on it.
Imagine that you'd been pitched. We're going to crash a Corvette through an air traffic control tower, being towed in the back of an aircraft.
Oh, and this car explodes.
How many? Do you want 20? Do you want 30? Do you want 40 million? It's
And like
yours.
Cusack's face, like, oh, this is.
He's gonna
this
hate
is a-
me even more.
Oh boy. Well,
Turned inside out. And it exploded.
when this is over, so are you, you little shit. Oh, I love Cole Meany's lines. He's so great. He goes, "Oh, of course you're having trouble finding him. He's off saving the rainforest or recycling his sandals or some shit."
Recycling his sandals. Ass kicker. what a name for a plate. I wish that was my license plate.
Hey, Az should have that as his license plate.
Oh,
Should
That
send
would mean
him
he's
that.
kicking his own ass.
Are they still legally allowed to own cars in Britain? I've been seeing a lot
No,
of
not
videos.
after the new,
that
not after the new
suggest-
rules.
Yeah,
You can only have golf
suggest
carts
no.
now. You can
Yeah.
have golf carts. Oh, look, it's a California
You are allowed
97.
to own one if you work for rich people and you have to drive them,
Don't
drive
be
around to get
talking
their
like this,
shopping.
guys.
But, yeah.
I want more than 2 drinks a week, okay? I'm living in Texas. I'm watching the apocalypse from a really bad spot.
You're like, I like my spot here. Don't ruin this good thing I have over here with all that shit out there. I understand, Bruce. I understand. But
And
it's
Darius-
as kicker.
Hopefully
Go ahead.
that's a prop car or one of those shells or something. Because I always hate it when they trash a classic car in a movie.
They did that in Wolf of Wall Street.
They trashed a
Countach,
classic.
that Countach Lamborghini Lamborghini, they did destroy a real one.
Oh God!
Why? I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why do you
That's
do
the one
that?
good CGI is good for one thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That was the 25th anniversary. That was the first year of the refresh design.
Mm-hmm.
You know more about that than I don't.
I just happened to watch a video about a 25th anniversary white Countach.
Okay.
And here she is, the last scene, never to be seen or heard from again. And she
Bye-bye.
says, "Bye-bye, Bob. Bye-bye." And you're thinking, wow,
Oh, God.
she basically just did a farewell and good so long to a bunch of convicts. And she'll
See, now-
never even know.
The guy's still running.
You know, what would have been a good twist is if it looked back to where the swimming pool and Steve Buscemi's character's lying there dead, eviscerated with knives in his body, and she'd slaughtered him. That would have been funny. He'd actually slaughtered him. That would have been cool.
It is funny too because we never see Buscemi do anything bad in this movie. When he gets his redemption, you're like, oh, funny, but it's like this guy killed 37 people. Like,
Yeah.
You
And
know,
there's the Leonard Skinner, but yeah.
And he ate them.
Oh, yeah, the Leonard Skinner quote about how he said
They
they all died in a plane crash.
define irony.
Yeah, define. I'm like, damn, this
Bunch
son
of
a
idiots dancing on a plane to a band
Uncommon
made
sense,
famous
you're
by
very
dying in
correct.
a plane crash.
Uncommon sense is right and wrong in the same thing. He says crashing a real car is dumb, considering kit cars are a thing. You're right, but whenever you're making a Canon Films movie and there's a $300 car rolling onto camera, I get excited because I know that car's going to explode. that makes me so happy. But I understand, like a real classic Corvette, man. That's a moment of silence.
Yeah.
This is a good scene too by Malkovich here. And then somebody went and tied a rope around our plane. So I ask you, what is going on? And I answer, we have a traitor in our midst. How do you flush a traitor? I don't know, but in 3 seconds we'll know who's on it. And he just like immediately got the gun to her head. Like it's just like, shit, it's on. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a lot.
Right
Right
back
back
into it.
This movie had already elevated for the last half hour, and this movie elevates even more so for the next half hour. Like, gee, this is just nonstop with this guy.
You get one little break with like them dancing and Sweet Home Alabama and the few jokes, and then it's
it was the equivalent of a quick bathroom break before it just buckled your sheep up back in. And oh no, we got another ride of this madness. You can even see his face. Cameron's was like, oh god, here we go again.
Yeah, it's pretty clever, huh, bitch? No, that's clever.
I'm gonna show you that God exists.
My daddy is coming home on July 14th. My birthday is on July 14th. I'm gonna see my daddy for the first time ever on July 14th. Make a move.
Make a move and the bunny gets it. Oh man. Dude. I was like,
shut up or this cute bunny gets it.
And once again, they succeeded. They made a stuffed animal really add weight to this whole scenario. It really did. It became the symbol of his grief and his pain and his torment. And so to bring that to his daughter is like, okay, I finally got to the finish line. Obviously, it's a gift, and but it's more than a gift to him because that was his way of finally getting to see her in person and say, "This is for you, from me. Finally, we're together." And for him to see that take away, it's just like, fucking bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Some bitch is trying to take away the thing that I had prepared for her because this is a big moment for him for their first actual meeting rather than exchanging letters for 9 years. And because he got put away, I think they said earlier in the movie, he got put away like a month before she went under labor. I think about a month or two. So yeah,
and he took the plea deal to get. He thought he was going to get 4 years, and the judge can always change the plea deal. He doesn't have to go by the plea deal. So he just they ended up with what, 8 years?
Yeah,
I still think that's awful sus.
It is. It is.
I mean, because like the idea that you're in an Alabama bar, deep in the South, that nobody in that bar is going to stand up and help a guy in uniform.
I know. It made no sense to me.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the one part they're just like, okay. But I mean, like, this movie ends with a plane landing on the Vegas Strip and crashing into an armored car that explodes full of money. I mean, I can overlook that.
Yeah.
The tunnel they're going through is 1,500 feet. Because I was like, there's no tunnel in Las Vegas. What the hell? What is this?
Oh, and they definitely, like, they shrink it. Like, when the plane comes in, like, it's not nearly as big as it was. Like, when you see it out here, like, the scale of it, and then when it's on the strip, it's suddenly about the size of a Cessna. They got a lot smaller.
Well, they take the wings off, too.
And in a fireball.
They know how to make it bigger in this movie, and they know how to make it littler. Shut up.
Make it huge.
Yeah,
it is so funny too that like how it ends up playing out. They're like they have a chance to shoot it down. It would suck that these guys die, but it's the lesser of two evils. And like, no, now it's gonna crash into a city.
do not shoot. Do not do it. Please don't shoot. Don't do it. Come on. All right, fine. Rah, rah, rah. And then he backs up. And that is the beginning of when Cusack and Colm actually start to become friends. It's almost like they're slowly now transitioning towards their Rocky 3 moment. Like, oh.
He just tried to see his wife and kids. Don't you get that? I don't have to draw it in crayon like usual.
Malloy, listen to him. He's a friend. This is actually a good heated conversation. It really is because I don't obviously think Malloy is right, but I could get why he wanted to do it, even though I don't think he's completely right. I could see why he wanted to do it because
Malloy's 100% right. The only reason we don't think he's right is because we're attached to the people on the plane. But like from a public safety perspective, this is 100% the right thing to do. Like you should shoot that shit right out of the fucking sky. Sorry, the innocents got to die, but a lot more are gonna die if this thing crashes into Vegas.
Yeah, no,
a lot of dead gamblers.
I could see why they watch
or nerds at a meetup.
Yeah,
I could see why they try. I can see why they want to try get the innocent guy, try and get to his family because he obviously was not at fault, especially for a crime that was not his complete fault. I mean, technically that was a self-defense crime, but this movie needs to happen. Otherwise, we don't get a Con Air movie. I get.
This should had him like railroaded by a Soros DA. Oh, sorry, that's didn't happen back then.
If
That would have made more
taking
sense.
place in Lombard or Gurney, Illinois, at the start of it, I could completely see the DA being a piece of shit like that because they're not friendly to military over there. But this movie, like in Alabama, that was the biggest part. I'm like, wait, that guy's in uniform. You're going to let this happen at your establishment? Man,
no way.
They would roast that bar in the editorial section the next day in the 50-person subscriber.
They might
rally.
literally roast the bar.
Yeah.
They might burn it down.
And they give him a parade. I mean, they give Nick Cage.
I didn't catch that cameo. I did not.
No, I didn't.
I actually
either.
never even noticed.
I've seen this a million times. When
He's in one of the casinos gambling, isn't he?
No.
I'm just kidding.
What you say? Then that's going to actually end up being it.
Wait, is he running a casino and beating up prostitutes?
He just shredded that guitar.
It's actually
I guess we're going to find out.
I've been to the Hard Rock. I can't remember which.
I've been
to a bunch of
there.
them. And
that
one of them had the model from Con Air, the 15 scale
rules.
model. I can't remember if it was Vegas, the one I went to, or wherever, but it was just so cool. Hard Rock had some amazing movie props, and I think Cage was one of the owners, wasn't he? Or I can't remember, but I know Willis was Willis and Schwarzenegger. But they had hanging from the ceiling, they had the Con Air plane with the wings cut off. It was so
The Hard
cool
Rock,
to
or
see.
was it Planet Hollywood?
Or maybe it was Planet Hollywood. Maybe it was Planet Hollywood.
So apparently,
Could be,
Powers Booth makes an uncredited voiceover cameo in the opening credits as the army officer at Poe's leaving ceremony. So it's a voice only.
All right.
No, that's wow. Good.
That's pretty dope.
Man,
Yeah,
deleted.
Did not know.
Do you see though? You see how the plane got a lot smaller?
Yeah. Let's go back. Yeah.
I did not notice that till now.
If it flowed any further, it would have shrunk to a model. It would just have been a model.
Yeah, I mean, it got a lot smaller.
Shrinkage.
So didn't they actually destroy the Sands Casino for real in this?
Yeah,
By
they
your
did. Yeah.
logic, this plane was no longer hard anymore. Just saying. I mean, am I wrong?
I don't
This
think that
plane
hard.
was
I mean,
starting to-
it's about the size of like a city
plane
bus right there.
was starting to get a little flappy. If you think if that's the logic that we're rolling with here, the plane's getting a little flappy. So yeah,
Heavy on the
Yeah, this part of the movie really started to drag.
Yeah, it dragged out a bit.
Yeah, it was so slow. Yeah, when you crash the plane. Yeah.
But I do like the. Sorry, Nick.
Go ahead, Dustin. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I love these brief looks at Vegas because it changes so much. Like, because there's a wooden roller coaster on the strip that's I didn't even know was ever there because this is what 96 when they filmed this, right?
Yeah, 96, 97, yeah.
Yeah, so there's
Around
like
that
all
time.
kinds like the Sands is gone, Riviera's gone.
I'm not sure that Hard Rock is even still there now.
No, I don't think it is.
Probably
Well, I
not.
think it's there is a Hard Rock, but it's off strip and it's being redone.
Yeah.
This is cool. I understood that
It
reference.
changes so much, doesn't it? I think the Flamingo is the only old casino still there from the old days, is it not?
Well, MGM is there, but it's burnt down and been rebuilt.
Yeah, but I mean, Flamingo is way older than that one, even.
That's Bugsy Siegel's place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it'll be there much longer though.
Better move your Corvette.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Get another white zone.
Hard on for Corvettes.
There is no parking in the white zone. No, there is no parking in the red zone.
Red zone bullshit.
I know the
Don't
reference.
Give me that white zone.
I
red
love
zone.
that go. It's so funny.
I'm not getting an abortion. You can do this.
We're shit on rude. Oh man,
That is such a funny joke when they're going over the loudspeaker.
And
You're like,
it's
wait,
so-
what?
It's the first
What?
truly funny thing in that movie that makes you
Yeah.
realize it's a comedy. That's
Yeah.
the first thing.
So
Like the
weird
second,
that's-
like there is no parking in the white, and then like the black guys pull up, there is no parking, and
The red zone is for loading and unloading.
And you know who the real pilot of the plane was, guys?
Who? Oh yeah.
That switch over to
That
that.
swamp thing.
I still
About
need
this
one of those for
movie.
my band.
Originally they were going to do a crash landing at the White House, but the reason why they went against it the last minute was Independence
They had
Day already
plans
just
for a
come
few
out.
years that would make everyone a little uncomfortable in retrospect.
Yeah. Well, so Independence Day was one of the things. That was the first factor, not the biggest factor, but the other thing was Las Vegas was just a lot more realistic with the distance. For them to do the White House, they would really have to stretch it out the distance that they go. So like, yeah, Vegas seems to actually make more logical sense. So Vegas it was, baby. But man, can you imagine like, oh hey, it's not Nicolas Cage. Oh no, Hillary. Hillary, you're not supposed to get me killed. I didn't do anything.
Hey, that guard's pretty cute.
Okay, lady. Okay, lady. Hold it.
That guard looks like she could use some help.
I do love
the pilot did a hell of a job though. Was it Swamp Thing that's the pilot?
Yeah.
Remember he's kind of, he did
Yeah.
a great job landing this thing.
Only
He's
the
a
word
con,
is
you know?
crash. Yeah.
Have you ever crashed a plane, Mac? Come on, it's not that easy.
No, I mean, that's the line. But no, I've never. No, I have not. Only in Flight
all
Simulator.
the time. Yeah, this is what I do all the time. You know, just crash this plane.
I do love when the plane crashes and it like hits into the casino, and then the casino wins the slot machine wins the jackpot.
Yeah,
it's just
actually,
such a funny.
coins, old school. You have coins.
Yeah.
Now when you win, it's just a slip of paper. It's just not as fun anymore. You have the
Doesn't have that
cup
same-
of coins that you know going down in your in the cup.
They should do it just for effect. You know, I mean,
Crashing this plane. Crashing this plane.
Yeah, this one's dead. You better get him out of here.
I'm trying to
Did I flip
imagine
the arm?
Tom
Oh, I missed
Hardy
the arm?
as Bane. Tom Hardy's Bane saying, "Crashing this plane."
This plane is
crashing this plane.
It's
Oh, his arm was hanging there.
Harold Ramis.
Well, what?
I said that the cop with the glasses looking down and said, "Who ordered discount Harold Ramis?"
Discount Harold Ramis. Yes.
She's like 40 years old there, looking 20. I swear, this woman's an angel.
You take care, Sally Bushel.
She's good. Yeah.
Take care.
Like
next time, take the bus.
Yeah, next time take the bus. I thought about the like, well, then the movie wouldn't happen, Sally.
Well,
God,
then it would be Speed 3.
Oh yeah, it would have been Speed. You know, I would actually like to have had a Nicolas Cage ripoff of Speed. I would have been down for that. Convicts on a bus. Instead, it says playing, here are convicts on this motherfucking bus. Oh man, dude. Oh, see, there you go. There's your sequel. Convicts on a bus. That's it. That's the name. That's the ticket. Convicts on a
They
bus.
should have called. No, he would have been called Velocity or something. Just you know,
The U.S.
Speed rip-off.
Absolutely
Velocity.
wouldn't have
He did do Gone in 60 Seconds. There's some cars in that.
Yeah, having the names gets a little tough after a while. It's like, what do I come up with now? Oh no. This is the final action scene, and it's gonna lead. It's gonna conveniently lead me to my wife, and I don't even know it yet.
Wow. I should have shagged that cop while I had the chance.
And you think the movie's over, and you get another. Oh, there's the gratuitous donut scene.
Yeah.
We're cops. We need to have donuts.
Don't forsake me, oh my darling.
But this last scene is just so wild and crazy and over the top.
So it's never going to end the movie.
I love,
It's
he
stunt
gets
after
on
stunt.
he gets on a cop vehicle along with Cusack. I'm like, and they just go out to the guys. I'm like, and the fact that he's on the ladder railing of the fire.
Dude, and when they both like notice that he's missing, like Nick Nick goes Cyrus, and then Cusack goes Grissom. You know, they both just like independently, and they say it's just a
And
tight
the love
cute
affair
little
was
bit, right?
consummated.
Yes,
Yeah,
like Lady and the Tramp.
That's right.
I like the fact that they filled up, they hose, what's his face, Swamp Thing, who's in the
Great.
front.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They hosed him down to get him out. They hosed him down.
You pull over. Yeah, how about this?
Oh, like he was gonna be okay. Whatever you say, I'm pulling over. I'm totally gonna stop now.
Yeah.
And dude, he gives Malkovich a stabbing in the leg. I was like,
Oh, it's great.
"Damn."
With that fire hook and like Cage is just showing his biceps while he's hanging on.
Yeah,
Totally ignore the
He's going
Yeah,
across the ladder there, right? Yeah.
Make sure at the
Oh,
end we get to see
show
my
me his
shredded
biceps.
shoulders. Yeah.
They need to make sure you get one last look at the biceps.
Yeah. Give
Oh.
the gal something to look at.
Well, for Matt Mulligan, I do it for him. I'll do it for Matt. I mean,
do it for Randolph Scott.
Love you, Otto.
I do have to again admire the director and this going to the producer and saying, the producer would say, "So you're going to crash a plane on the strip? That's the end of the movie, isn't it?" No,
Ooh,
no.
not quite. Almost.
No,
Not quite.
not quite. Oh, there's have another 10 million. Go on, you know.
Have
We
you
do
heard
have
of a
to take
guy? Go ahead, Matt.
No, it's okay.
I was gonna say, have you heard of a guy named Billy Mays, a director? He's gonna be like, but wait, there's more.
And we're gonna need $10 million in cash and singles for the strips. You know.
That is one of the coolest parts, because if you take out this last part, it really does round around the normal duration of I guess you could say, a traditional 80s action movie at an hour and a half, hour and 35. Then this movie brings this whole other extra scene. It's another 15
so he
minutes.
has to bring more.
Yeah, in the 90s, more is more. It's not
More
less is
is
more,
more.
it's more is more. And it's just like, well, we're gonna extend this one just when you think it's over. But wait, there's more.
See,
If
now,
you
they
really-
would, now
like,
if they made it now, they'd spend 300 million and it'd just be some crappy CGI.
Oh, dude, the 300 million would have gone to this scene alone on a green screen, on a fake, on
with
a
a
fake
girl-
fire truck
with
with
a
a girl
girl
who's
boss.
not real,
Yeah.
and the stuffy would be CGI. Yeah,
Yeah, and the
All
girl would
this-
say something real clever and kink her head.
Nicholas Cage would be played by Amelia Clark or some,
Yeah,
2 feet tall.
No, it's got to be Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah, hey, got
If she did it naked, I suppose that'd be all right.
And she wouldn't be coming home to her husband. She'd be, taking money to a charity or something. They have to go save some nonprofit.
Well, yeah, because Nicolas Cage would have been a stalker in this movie, right? Kind of like the new Snow White. where
Some
it's
environmental
yeah.
non-profit, yeah.
Did you guys see Ryan Long's sketch about the whole the Rachel Ziegler thing? It was pretty funny.
I gotta watch it.
It was pretty good.
Is he the Disney guy trying to talk to Ziegler? Stop being crazy.
Yeah, where he's just like,
Yeah, no, totally. The patriarchy is awful. I agree. But maybe if you don't hate on the movie or people that watched it, people will come to see it. No. I'm on your side. Like, it's really.
So there is an early appearance by Rachel Ziegler in this movie.
Oh,
If you
yeah?
Go back to the scene with The Rock. That's her.
Ooh.
She's playing
No
a
way.
little Rock.
That Rock is far more attractive.
I mean, Walt
More
Disney was
brains.
founded because Snow White was the thing that launched the Disney company into the stratosphere. It's one of the most loved, most watched movies.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
as somebody said, this is the start of them canceling Walt himself. That's what's leading to. Yeah.
It's so 1937. Yeah.
It's leading to that because there's new articles in all the usual places about how awful Disney's old output is, So.
You know what? That reminds me of a video that deserves a rewatch. I just rewatched it. It's by Razor Fist. It's Hollywood Was Always Red.
Oh, his Hollywood. That's a great video. Yeah.
Go give it a rewatch. It's evergreen. It's still as like holy shit, so well researched and so accurate as the first time I saw it. So.
Oh yeah, no, I actually did rewatch it a month ago.
Really?
And yeah, I did rewatch it about a month ago because I was doing a binge of a lot of his movie videos, because I do consider one, even though it's a political video, it is also a movie based video because he does have a lot of cinema based videos, and I do consider that one because of how much it was tied to cinema and how much guys like Hitler love cinema. So yeah, I definitely was like, yeah, I've got to watch this one again. And yeah, dude, you watch that and it definitely puts a light on so many things, and it makes so much sense. It really does.
Mhm.
And I even rewatched the one he did on Walt Disney as well. And I was always kind of aware I guess you could say to a lesser extent, on how actually much better Walt the Man Disney was. And that basically the way I see it now is the people who are running it now this is revenge, because Walt Disney was an actual gatekeeper to people like the people who are running it today. He gatekept people like that from getting into his industry. So those who are getting it now are basically getting revenge for being gatekept all those years, and they're ruining his thing, basically. That's what I see out of that.
I totally agree with you, Nick, but I just want to comment because it's on the screen. This is the most ridiculous death scene of a villain ever. Like, where is this construction scene? Like, where on the strip? There's just like this raw, open, like it looks like a quarry, and it's like there's no lights. Like, it's like, what part of the Vegas Strip is this? And it's just there, and he lands right under the piston. And like, no one put him there. He just fell naturally onto the piston, and they just crush his head.
And they just leave the thing running all day too, right?
Yeah. There's not a single construction worker to be seen. And then they go right back to the strip.
That's
So
how you. It's funny, and it was, it needed to happen for the convenience of the movie. Once again, shameless convenience. It's a multi-level death. Oh, that is freaking funny. Multi-level death.
That's great. So great.
I love this
the
movie.
Streets of Vegas are just raining money. It's brilliant. It's so perfect.
It really is, though. For real,
Yeah.
though. It
Honestly.
really is.
Like, if they
I
didn't
love
finish it like this, it wouldn't really work.
It should rain money in Vegas, right? I mean, I gotta get my money back somehow. I mean, have you ever talked to someone like, how much did you win in Vegas? Oh, I won $500, but how much did you put in? Oh, 1,000. It's like,
look, they found Buscemi's doll.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hey, how did he get away? Because all this entire time after the crash landing, they don't show him at all until they have a quick. Right after the ending, they have a quick snippet of where he's at, and because it's like one of those, oh shit, where'd he go? And then, oh, there he is. I want to apologize about the car. All right, dudes, you two can make out already. We get it. You're friends now. Yeah, we get it.
I like the banter back and forth. He's like, "You doing okay?" He's
great.
like, "No," and then he's like, "Good."
I actually used that. I used that line when I tore my ACL and I fell down, and my buddy's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I think I'm fucked." And I love the line here where he's like, "I was bored with that car anyway." Cusack, it worked out nicely then. Yeah. And then they're going to be sleeping together later. Yeah.
I always thought that chick was pretty hot too, the one with the short hair.
Yeah. She
The cop.
Yeah. She's sexy.
Ginny.
But what about me? I look great.
Freaking Monica Potter nowadays, but the IMDb photo I saw on Google, that made her look completely Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. With that
Does she have short hair, Monica Potter?
Yeah.
No. She used to come into where I worked when I worked in LA.
Bummed.
Yeah, it sucks. She used to come into where I worked. She still looked good. That was like 8-9 years ago now, but back then she still looked pretty good.
I don't see
that girl from Con Air.
I don't see the Captain Marvel in this. I mean, great, maybe that's just me, but I actually genuinely don't see it. Unless there's something I'm missing, which, hey, if I am, but by all means, tell me. What the hell? All right, never mind.
She still looks pretty good. I mean, for her age.
Swamp Thing is all right. Hold on, Swamp Thing. I'm zooming in on your screen. just for conversation's sake. No, that's just put back. Yeah, that's put back.
She's 52. She's still
52. Yeah.
She's still pretty smoking. I'll admit that. Yeah.
For 52, yeah, she's fucking.
Mad. Danny Trejo said John Cusack is the scariest dude he's ever met in Hollywood. He said there's just something behind this.
There's probably something not behind his eyes. That's the problem.
Oh, you guys. All right. As we get to Nicolas Cage seeing his wife, because seriously, I love the convenient timing that the second crash landing, not the first. But, I see what you're getting at. But the second. Now, what year was that?
That's very. That's very. Can I talk to the manager? Energy.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
What was it called? Oh, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, damn it! My brain blanked out. Oh. The fact that he had a second crash landing, it led him directly to his wife and daughter. And she's just like,
they're waiting there.
Yeah, they're waiting there. Like, hey, we're hoping you land over here, and we'll wait over here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
And she
Why are they there?
She kind of looks like his daughter looks a little scared because I don't think it's not just the shock of seeing her dad, but because he kind of looks smelly and dirty.
Covered in blood.
But like, how as people did they even know to go to Vegas? Like, they only knew they were going to crash in Vegas like 15 minutes before it happened. Like, how did she get from wherever the hell they were in Alabama or whatever to fucking Vegas?
To be
transporter from Star Trek.
To be
I didn't even
fair,
think of that. That makes no sense.
Yeah, Matt, to be fair, the little girl is also afraid of her father because he's got better hair than her mother. So
remember, they flew them to wherever they were going to be because they were like, "There's the planes waiting for you."
That's true. That's true.
You're right.
They were closer.
Thought,
that's right.
Dustin.
They were in like somewhere in California, but still. Why would you be like, "Hey, the plane's gonna crash. We better get there right now." Like, don't go. It's gonna be on fire,
dude. Uncommon Sense nailed it.
Yeah.
She was gonna be. It looks like Aaron Rodgers.
They used the teleporter ring from Cole Meany's keychain to teleport.
Yep.
You got the Star Trek keychain.
Did they get beamed? Oh, all right.
They got beamed. Yeah. Billy Bedlam.
I love this.
Sally can't dance.
Wait, he's only got one name, Renoli.
Yeah, maybe that was like a surname that he went by.
I also know
him
from. He's also in Hackers.
Oh, I haven't seen
Great
that.
movie.
Wow.
Fucking
Diamond
classic.
Dog, Pinball, Guard Sally Bishop, Guard Falzon, and as they play the Country Son, that was nominated for an Oscar and a Razzie equally. Garland Green, Johnny 23, aka Danny Trejo at 40 when he was probably 30. Swamp Thing. He does look like he's a Swamp Thing.
He's great.
Casey Poe, Vince Larkin. Oh, where's me? We gotta get to me. Trisha Poe.
Monica Potter.
Trish.
So
Nice
hot.
smile there.
God, she was so hot.
And then there's me. I look the best. Look at me. This is me, guys. All right, we got some scores in the chat. And the chat, you know how this goes. And for those, I saw a few new faces. In case you do not know, you rate this movie out of greatness. And for Nicolas Cage, we rate it out of Cageisms. Or if you want to do Bayisms, that's fine too. Or ridiculousness. And of course, toxicity. And we got a few here. Mad wrote 9 out of 10 Cage wigs and 9.5 out of 10 accents. You can rate out of accent too. Soul Assassin, 10 out of 10 awesomeness. 5 out of 5 for that glorious mullet and comedic moments. And Red Shirt here, 9 out of 10 toxicity, 8.5 out of 10 greatness, negative 10 out of 10. So and Nick Nomino, toxicity, 8 out of 10 cons on a plane. Overall, 9 out of 10 little hummingbird. that's because Monica Pars is hummingbird.
Oh, is that what Keely put in the chat?
Keely put a bunch of birds. That's what that's supposed
Yek
to
Nom
be.
No
No, he
did.
wants to feed the ducks.
Oh,
Ducks,
okay.
Let's see here. Special mention to the biggest unsung hero of the movie, the bunny. Lisa, 10, great movie. Yolanda Gaines, greatness, 10, 10. Toxicity, overall, 10. Uncommon Sense, 0 out of 10 thongs. Andre, 10 out of 10. Keely Chow, toxicity. Where is it? Overall, 10, 10. And then greatness, action, calm, 9. 9 bunnies, toxicity, 2 snowball treats. Ecoy Tomasin, toxicity, 8. Greatness, 9. Hair, 10. Huge pizzas. Thank you guys. And they're still flying in here. We got Cosmic Fader, greatness, 10 out of 10. Kilos of cocaine, peak Nick Cage. This chat has
Actually,
always
this is
got.
Nick Cage.
I love how the chat comes out with the most creative scores ever. The chat is always come up with new ways to rate these movies, and it never gets.
I'm starting to think, why movies started getting crappy is directors stopped and writers stopped doing cocaine.
Oh, dude, totally. No, seriously.
Maybe
Make
they're onto
cocaine a
fentanyl.
thing in Hollywood. They need to make
And
cocaine in
adrenochrome.
Hollywood great again. They need to make cocaine in Hollywood great again. Straight up, they do. It's insane. All right, Dearest, 10. Toxic for convicts, 9 for ridiculous action. TZ Burton, 7. Cage greatness, 8. Toxic cages. Women in movie, 9. Mads. The movie overall, a 9 out of 10 toxicity, 0. There's nothing toxic about this film. Rob Altus, toxicity, 9. 9 overall. And then Red Shirt. We already did Red Shirt. Over deleted scenes overall, 8. Toxicity, 6. 10 out of 10 Nick Cage. And we have a toxicity 3 out of 10. Sayonara. A very diverse cast. Oh, you guys. All right. I got all the scores for now. So we're going to let Bruce go off with his final thoughts on the movie.
This movie's only negative part, and it's nothing really huge. I know they can't do practical effects with everything, and miniatures are my thing, and you see this here. But I've got to say that there's a few parts where there's some CG, early 90s or mid 90s CG, not exactly something I'm a big fan of. There's a little bit of that in here, and it just drags it down just a little bit. But I'm going to give this movie a resounding 84 out of 100. This is a great film. This is a movie that Nick Cage really did show that he would at least put forth effort. His delivery for the accent sucks, but he tried and he kept it consistent throughout the whole film. He did a good Forrest Gump. I'm very happy that this movie still holds up 27 years later or 26 years later. And you can look at the movie and just see crafting and the craftsmanship and the care that was taken to make sure that everything looked like it fit. Even though it's ridiculous up to a 10 out of 10, it's amazingly well crafted and assembled together. And you have yourself a 2-hour movie that will just bring you a lot of joy, many rewatches later. This is a great film. I don't think it's Cage's best. We're going to have to talk about that later. But this is a great vehicle for Cage, and this really showcased the director's chops, which we got to see later on with the Expendables Part 2. I really want to talk about that film at some point.
And we definitely will somewhere, some way down the line. We most definitely will, and it will be great. All right, bud. Bruce, thank you for your score.
The only thing I'll add is toxicity. I'll say this is
Oh,
probably
yeah, you didn't get your toxicity.
My toxicity, this is about a 9 or actually a 91 out of 100 on toxicity. There's a lot of great stuff in this movie, and it's jam-packed with little quips here and there. Dave Chappelle elevated the movie to damn near an art form. He is a young Richard Pryor in this movie, I think.
Ooh, good thought, Bruce. Hell yeah, man.
I'd second that. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Poke Race 6666, 10 out of 10. Captain Have Fun, Toxicity 10 for not knowing or researching anything about aviation. Every pod considers this a comedy. I'm sure they do. Kitty Bear 10, Awesome 10, Toxicity. All right. Dustin,
Well, I mean, what can you
you're
say
like
about
breathless from this one.
Do what now?
I say you're like breathless from this one.
I like okay, like this is the weirdest sequel I've ever seen. Like, I didn't even know how did they bring Bubba back to life, and then like, oh, like I don't even know. Like, and then they crash a plane, the same plane twice. But I don't know. I love this movie. And it's like one of those movies, like the first time I ever watched it, it was like a perfect movie. And then every time you go back and rewatch it again, there's always something you get picked out. Like the way the movie starts, we're like, you're in an Alabama bar. And no one's going to be like, oh, wait, why are you messing with the man in uniform? This is Alabama. This isn't New York. And then the judge, you're a deadly weapon. Okay. You know better. Okay. I don't know. And then like we never even mentioned the fact that whose plan was this to put to transport convicts on this plane that looks like it should have been decommissioned 50 years ago. Let's put all the scariest people on one plane.
You know,
They left off
like
the
this
snakes.
movie.
They left the snakes
Come
off the
on.
plane, though. That was the problem.
Yeah, there were no snakes on the plane. That is, I mean, I'm kind of surprised there was no snakes on the plane. But
there
yeah,
are snakes on a plane.
Like I said, I love this movie, but like sometimes, like when you go back and rewatch a movie, you're like, okay, wait, let's go. Okay, then you start picking it apart. I kind of blame this live stream because I've been doing that more and more. Every time I go back and watch an old movie, I'm like, okay, what are we going to talk about? How are we going to kind of like make fun of the movie, have fun with the movie? But yeah, I don't really think. Let me go with toxicity. Maybe 8.
Okay.
And I think overall greatness, this movie is definitely a 9.3 out of 10 because it is what it is. Like you can pick it apart all day long, but it doesn't make it not a great movie.
I agree. Strongly agree on that.
And I mean, with Nicolas Cage or Nicolas Coppola, whatever you want to call him, like he's one of the best terrible actors to ever come to Hollywood.
One of the best terrible act.
I mean, because
in a good way.
Like,
It was a
he's
compliment.
great, but he's an awful actor, but he's the best.
The best.
He is the best. Like they should have been like, okay, you can't do a Southern accent, so let's put you somewhere else. Oh, you can't do a Southern accent? Okay, cool. You're from Alabama.
The most Southern of Southern accents.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, you're going to be from Gulf Shores. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it so much. When I said in the private chat, like we tried to find it on streaming last night, and like Amazon has it $3.99 to rent or $4.99 to buy. And Shandra was like, just rent it. I'm like, it's $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Right.
Ah, that was good. I'd buy that for $1. So would I. So would I.
I'm looking forward to next week when you announce.
You do realize this movie does look better in the original VHS.
We're gonna announce the most untoxic movie for number 100 in a few minutes. It's so absolutely not toxic, but truthfully,
Mamma Mia?
It's just an excuse to talk about it. It's just a simple excuse to talk about it. That's all that it is, and I'm admitting it
Prince of
outright
Tides?
here. Yes, dude. All my
Still
life,
Magnolia.
I haven't done any Streisand movies yet.
Is it The Room?
Beaches.
Beaches.
Give me a pot, Lisa.
All right, Rita, 9 out of 10, only because it had a huge impact on me when it came out and I was younger. Cosmic, overall, 8 out of 10, made Hollywood on Ye-Yo again. And then RJ Godzilla, 81, 10 out of 10. Action, Toxicity 5, 15 out of 10 tank tops, 12 out of 10 cages. Even the planes got cages. The movie's
That's right. Oh, that's classic.
That's
That
great.
is good.
Very creative, sir.
The movie's got the supportive insults I've ever seen. Die Hard is the perfect movie, but Con Air said, "Hold my beer."
Hell yeah.
Straight
Hell
up,
yeah.
man. K. Roberts, we did do Big Trouble in Little China already, my friend. There is an
Classic.
earlier episode. I'm good. I got to update my Toxic Tuesday catalog, but we did do that one. But anyways, we got a few more scores to go through, and then we will finally do our duty and reveal things.
Do our duty.
70s.
This makes me feel nostalgic for the 90s. Really does. I mean, as we said earlier, so many great movies every week to go to. Sometimes it was hard to keep up with them all. And it was a golden era when I think back to it. But RJ Godzilla stole my score because I was going to give it 10 out of 10 wife beaters. It's just it's a ludicrous movie that shouldn't work. I just imagine reading it on paper going, what? Really? This is what they call high concept in Hollywood. Imagine the 30-second pitch for this one.
What a love you've been in the room.
That's right. Yeah, it's got and it's got Nicolas Cage as the guy from Alabama. Okay, well that clinched it, didn't it?
Can he do that accent? Not really.
Not really, but it's Nicolas Cage.
Who cares? Fuck it.
He's on a
Can you
roll.
imagine? Can you imagine Crinkle Drinker in the room, hear the pitch? Oh, it'll be fine.
He's on a roll. Just go with it. He's on a roll. It is a glorious piece of fun. It really is. It's the days when movies were fun and they were nothing but entertainment. I think Toxicity, I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10. I think for Toxicity, there's quite a lot of stuff in there that wouldn't happen now. Certainly, as I say, it would be Emilia Clarke in the lead role now, or somebody, someone like that.
Yep.
As for greatness, well, how can you really measure the greatness of a Nicolas Cage action movie from the 90s? I mean, it's almost impossible. There is no scale that can measure Nicolas Cage.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and
would you actually like to measure him?
Yeah, well, just the girth.
Just get the scales up for
I
cocaine
would.
movie.
No length out of respect, just the girth.
I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10 purely because there's others I would probably want to give more Nicolas Cage wise, but it's still a magnificent movie. I mean, just glorious fun. I think it's something we'll still be watching 20 years from now. I'm thinking, my God, did they really make movies like that once upon a time? So, they did, and we love them. We love you for it, Nick. Great movie. 8.5 out of 10, I think. But it's still it's a great 8.5 out of 10. It's like on the high end of 8.5 out of 10.
The huge end.
Yeah.
So it's almost 8.6, but not quite.
Exactly.
All right.
I mean, what's a few
Nine,
points
nine,
here and
nine,
there?
nine.
It's a bunny here, a bunny there,
All right. Mark, you're going to
All right.
transition and tell your score as you
Oh,
trans.
this is a classic. I mean, yeah, some of the movie just doesn't make sense. Like him actually going to jail for, defending
Some
his
of it.
wife and some of it. Yeah, come on. All right, maybe a lot of it, but it's just fucking fun at the movie. We don't get enough movies like this today where you can, throw down some beers, have pizza watching the damn movie on VHS, right? Get your buddies over. And there's no political agenda in this freaking movie. You just watch it, enjoy it, and some of it is, over the top, but that's what you want to see, some over the top. That's why you go to the movies, to forget your everyday life and just escape for 2 hours, an hour and a half, and hopefully have a good time. That's what this movie gives you. So KJ is a little over the top, maybe not the the most subtle actor in the world, but who cares? He's perfect for this part, right? He's a Army Ranger who's supposed to be, a kick-ass guy, and he's in great shape in the movie, so he took that part serious, so he's really believable as this Army Ranger. And the whole aspect, getting back to his daughter. So as much as it's over the top, it makes sense. So and that's why it works, because he wants to get back to his daughter, see her for the first time, his wife, and he's a good guy, right? So he's protecting his buddy who's got diabetes, is going to die, if he doesn't get his insulin shot, and then he's protecting the cop from toxic Danny Trejo, Johnny 23 or 30, whatever the number he's up to, and he wants to put another notch on his arm. So deep down, he's a good guy too. So, and the movie makes sense, right? It's all the characters don't do anything that's out of character, and then you get maybe you got the scariest serial killer of all. Maybe actually is redeemed at the end. Not that it's forgiven, but he may be set on the right path by having that little girl in the pool, singing that song with him. Don't you want to sing now? Let's sing. Yeah, he's got the whole world in his hands. So
she was the real psycho.
Maybe she was the psycho, right? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, but yeah, so this is just a lot of fun. So I'm giving this an A. It's a 9.5 out of 10. Go grab some beers and watch it. Toxic. I mean, the guys are, the criminals are pretty toxic. So, but yeah, could you do a movie today without a girl in the lead? Maybe not. So yeah, I give it like a 7 for toxicity, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'm guessing everyone in the chat who was awesome tonight has watched this, but if you haven't, go rent this movie or go buy it, right? Go buy it on physical media and
buy
it's
on
a fun movie.
Media.
You'll get it for 50 cents on VHS.
Or 50 cents. Well, you never know now. I see they're grading VHS tapes, and they're selling unopened VHS tapes. So
maybe it should be seen on the original VHS. It looks best.
Yeah. So
it's like vinyl. It just sounds better.
It just looks better and sounds better.
It looks so much
480p. 480p.
So so I'm giving this one a solid A. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So CJP Malloy, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, this movie came out when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So my high school years were just fantastic. It was fantastic for TV. I mean, I don't think I'll ever see a period like that again in my life. But for this movie, it understood what it was. It knew what it was. It wasn't trying to be anything other than what it was. It didn't take itself seriously, which anytime you have an over the top action movie, it can't take itself seriously, or then it turns into a farce and it's not entertaining. But for me, I mean, I've got to give this a solid 9 out of 10 dead Daves.
Dead Dave. That was good, dude. Dude, there should have been Con Air hair products. That would have been huge.
Yeah.
I could have used some of those. Yeah,
my
hair would have fallen out.
But for toxicity, I mean, this movie definitely fails the Bechdel test hard. I mean, there's not even two women in the same scene talking to each other for the most part. So, for toxicity, it definitely gets a 30 out of 10 for not passing the test.
All right.
That'll, but
I like that. No, I like that.
But I mean, just for greatness, I mean, this is just a great movie. It always has been, and it always will be. I don't care what anyone says. I
agree. Strongly agree. Well, hot dog, dude, will that be all?
Wait, I didn't go.
No, I'm asking CJ, is that it? You're gonna go next.
No.
Matt, you don't get to go. No.
There's not much more you can say about this movie that hasn't been said tonight. I mean,
all right, Matt. This is all you. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is genuinely one of my favorite movies that's ever been made. It's one of the movies that I routinely rewatch, which to me is like a real good indication of a movie that like I truly love. And I never get tired of it. And actually, I find the opposite of what Dustin found. When I watch it, when I rewatch it, I find more things that I like about it. I find like nuanced performances from these actors who are like Oscar winners, Oscar nominees, like giving it everything to make this movie work. Like Rock fans said, like it shouldn't work.
it's too absurd. Why does this work? But it does. It's well executed on the acting front. The writing is airtight. Like the plausibility, okay, but that's not why I watch a movie like this. I'm not watching for a reflection of real life. I'm watching for fun. And I get as much fun out of this movie as I could ever hope to get. It's funny. The action's badass. The gunplay is cool. It does everything I would ever want it to do. So for what I think they were going for, it's a perfect, brilliant, shining, gleaming 10 out of 10. There's nothing. How could you improve on it? There's no angle on it that I would tweak or fix or adjust. There's not one thing. You got young Dave Chappelle, you got Malkovich, Cusack, Cole Meany, all these guys, and like this movie that's just so perfect. And oddly, it's not even really one of these movies that, except for dudes like us, that's really talked about with this esteem. But I think it firmly deserves it. Other thing, I have a theory about this film. I think of this film as the high water mark of all action films. I think this is when action films peaked, and it was pretty much over after this. Like what you'd consider like an 80s, 90s, like traditional action film. Because then it became into like the Matrix, which is a badass action film, but not quite the same. And then the 2000s, they never really recaptured that machismo, that kind of alpha male, one guy saving the day, that kind of thing. I think that it stops here. And I think this is the top of the mountain. I mean that with no hyperbole. I 100% feel that. And as far as the toxicity rating, you know, I think like people would find it, oh, there's not enough of this, but I mean, racially, it's very diverse. You like all the characters that like have the correct amount of agency, they have it. Like most of them are villains. You have trans representation in the fucking 90s. I think like this, and it's like the guy is a soldier. He cares about his family, and the entire movie hinges on him trying to save his friend and not abandon him. I mean, toxicity, zero. This is virtues. This is a virtuous film with a virtuous hero that I like, you know, it's like you want to emulate. Like obviously it's exaggerated, but the core values are there. It's a perfect movie, and I love it, and I'll never get tired of it. And it's one of my favorites. And thank you so much, Nick, for bringing me on to talk about it, because it just brings me so much joy.
The pleasure is all mine, sir. Seriously. It was, I love discuss with this you again. I'm sure we'll have to do it back on your channel when you shoot up to 15K. We'll have to do it again. We'll have to talk on there a third time.
We can do it.
We'll just switch it. We'll just keep on switching.
That's cool with me, Nick. I'll do it, man. I'll do it.
I love it. I love it. All right, Eric K for $2. Thank you, Eric. Matt played a lamp. He could have done this role. Thank you, Eric. Last minute one from Magic Poop. Greatness 9.69, 10 toxicity, 7 out of 10. Love this movie. So my final thoughts. I'm going to give this movie a strong 9.7. It's got a great lead, a great supporting cast. It has amazing action. It still holds up to this day. Everything still feels like tense, and the stakes feel real, despite how outrageous everything is. And when you look on the surface, it just looks like super crazy, cool, turn your brain off action movie. Which there's a lot of truth to that, but there is a lot more substance, as I like to say earlier, when you look beyond the surface and you see once again the nuances of the movie. And then you got great performances from the supporting cast. You got a very scary, deranged villains everywhere you go. Like, holy crap. And I even think the dialogue is great. There's obviously moments where it's on the nose, ridiculous, but there's stuff that's fun and creative and funny as well. I've once again, this movie it's such a wonderful collection of, it was definitely one of the last true great action hero movies, and I'm hoping with stuff like John Wick and The Equalizer, hopefully we're getting a slow return towards getting some of that again. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So, because we have definitely been missing a lot of it, and this was definitely one of the last true greats, if not the last of this kind, because this is a gem for me. Between The Rock, Face Off, and Con Air. This is my favorite of that 90s trilogy.
Nice.
I love them all. True. I have genuine love for all of them. I truly do. But this is the one that takes the cake for me. It really does. And Toxicity, I'm going to go with a 7.5 on Toxicity. I mean, dude, you got Danny Trejo, Cyrus the Virus, and you got Swamp Thing all on a plane. Dude, everything. Those guys, they breathe toxicity on that plane within each other's company, straight up. That's not even, I'm not even exaggerating. They do. It's such a good movie. Highly recommended. But anyways, chat, guys, the insane amount of super chats, the 2 direct donations were all absolutely crazy. I thank you guys for all that. All the new memberships. Holy shit. We're 40 now.
Nice.
Awesome.
Man, it's been a week. What the
Nice,
hell
Nick.
is this? That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense. I saw a lot of new faces. I hope you liked what you saw, and I hope you come back for more. And I really hope you come back next week, because next week is episode 100. And like I said, it's not a toxic movie by any means, but it's something, well, within my being, I need to talk about. If you don't know that scene, and yes, I kept it up.
Couldn't really hear it.
Shut out on purpose. Oh, you couldn't hear it?
Okay. I couldn't hear it.
I couldn't really hear it, mate. No.
What? All right, we're gonna do it again because I had covered it up on purpose.
Okay.
But I was hoping you'd only just hear it, so you could know the legend. You know what? We're gonna keep it covered up. We're going all the way with it. All right. I swear that was not meant to be an error. Yeah, it showed up my audio tab saved. All right, we'll try it again. Ooh.
Wise man say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bunga, dude.
Hell yeah.
Bunga.
Dude, that's a perfect 100th film.
Yeah.
And everyone has to be eating pizza the whole time on camera.
I hope everyone in their states are all ordering pizza for Toxic
Hope
Tuesday.
Tom's going to be here.
100.
Has to be.
Tom will
has to
be
be
here
here
for that. Toxic Tuesday 100. TMNT. I want this. I want you to call the fire department. I want you to bring back Gilbert Gottfried from the dead. I want Mike Tyson to show up for this. Seriously.
Nick, can I ask you, did you intentionally hold on to this one to be number 100?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you. And and I'll give you a little slippage in the few weeks coming ahead. 101, which will be on September 12th. We'll be talking Police Story. And for those who do not remember, that is the Jackie Chan classic. One of the greatest Jackie Chan movies, might I add. I'm straight up if you don't know Police Story, fix that.
That's great.
September
That's a great
19th,
movie.
The Expendables.
So not the old Angie
26th.
Dickinson TV show. Not the Angie Dickinson TV show.
No.
September 26th is Hard Times, Charles Bronson, and that was just another red shirt recommendation. Yes, Police Story. Yes, we're doing Police Story too. So it's gonna be a very.
Please tell me you guys have done Samurai Cop.
No.
Oh God, you've got to do Samurai Cop.
We do.
The only problem is you're gonna have to edit a couple of scenes.
We'll work around it.
But yeah,
I've worked around it before.
We will.
We did Porky's. We did
Rush
Porky's
Hour.
on this. We did Porky's on this show. So if we could do Porky's.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine. Movies.
Whoa, what was that?
What was that?
I don't know, but we will do Rush Hour, Kate. That's a promise. That is still in the can to do. So it's
Samurai
gonna be
Cop
great.
is a room of action movies.
The room of action movies.
Yeah, 100%. That's a perfect description. Yeah.
And yes, we do need to do Starship Troopers. No, we have not.
Ooh, can I come on for Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
There's still so I still want to do a Western month. In November, we will do our Roger Moore Bond month as well in November, like how last November we did what was it called? The Sean Connery Bond month. Claude Parrish, we did Rumble in the Bronx. I think it was like our 30th episode. Yep. We did do Rumble in the Bronx. That was great. We will do some Jet Li as well. And that was Eclay Tomasin. And he gifted 5 memberships. And which ones did he? He did the huge one. Eclay, you generous son of a bitch. I can't wait to meet you in person one day so I can get you some pizza.
Huge.
Are you up to 50 now, Nick?
Huge.
We were both playing it, huh? We're both doing our job here. We have done the last Boy Scout. Yes. We had guys. Thank you for the memberships, and just keep in mind if you I will probably start doing member streams. Probably, I'm thinking about Friday morning or afternoon. I'm probably thinking we'll do the first one probably around September 8th or 15th, or maybe 7th or 14th, right around then. We'll do a morning or noon thing. Maybe it'll either be something like before Midnight's Edge in the morning, or maybe on Thursday, because not as much is going on Thursday morning. We'll decide. Maybe I'll do a vote in the community tab for all our members, and they can decide when we should do it. So that's what I'm eyeing at, though, ideally, as far as what would work best for my schedule. So I'll have you decide the final thought. But, guys, thank you, seriously, for becoming members. Thank you for a fantastic show. I hope to see you all with pizza next week for episode 100. All right? And now, let's wrap it up and say goodnight. Dustin, you are first. Plug away your plugs. That's like really good now. It's okay. You're good now. You're good.
No. I think a cable's loose or something, Dustin. It sounds like static. Nope.
Strange.
That's odd.
Sorry, Dustin. I had to mute the mic. It was not giving me the time of day. Or any of us. Guys, I'll do this for Dustin. He just got a video recorded before the show started. He has a great successful weight loss channel on the keto diet. His channel is called Keto Simple, and he has almost 4K subs. Eric K just plugged it in the chat. He has successful results, continue to have successful results, and he's appeared on a lot of shows and streams to promote this lifestyle that he's been consistent on. And I do watch a good amount of his videos, and he knows. He also does Tuesday streams as well. And yeah, his screen now is frozen. Dustin, your screen's frozen, but I'm plugging for you anyway. So hopefully I'm selling your channel well. Go sub to his channel. Eric and Mark, thank you for plugging Keto Simple. Go sub to our boy. He's one of the best guys in our area. And like I said, he knows how to do the YouTube. And now Mr. CJP, Forgotten One. Sir, plug away.
Yes, you can follow me on YouTube and Rumble at Forgotten One Music. I'm usually posting tracks for both my original music that I do. Plus, I have done a lot of stuff with James Bond. So I've got the GoldenEye sound font. So I did all the James Bond themes, but as the pause music from GoldenEye. So that's I think that's my most popular video so far that I've ever put on my channel. And then every Thursday night, just starting out, this will be episode 5 coming up this week of the Forgotten One cast. I'm going to be talking with Flawedzilla of Flawed TV about sampling.
Nice, good dude.
And then he's an excellent dude. He's been on the meme stream several times. And
then
next week, I'm going to have that 70s rock fan on with me, and we're going to be talking prog rock, which is that
guy's great. That guy's brilliant.
So, and then of course you can also catch me on the Legion of Memers meme streams on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central. And then I'm also a permanent member over on Etepokuian's The Place to Be Reviews channel. So I'm there Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturday nights. So I stay fairly busy for a big guy.
You do, man. I love it. I love it. And Eric, thank you for plugging the channel. I appreciate that. Dude, it was good to have you on here, man. If you ever want to come back and you see me posting something on the Twitters, just message me. But hey, dude, I want to talk about that. The door's open for you to come back, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, especially the Bond when you do Bond month in November. Bond.
Just let me know, man. Like I said, keep your eyes because we're gonna do them in order. We're doing all the Roger Moore.
Nice.
So nice. You let me know which one sings out to you, and well, I'll sing back.
All right, I will do so.
That was good, Dustin. I plugged your channel, and Eric K and Mark did an excellent job plugging your plug as you plugged out and pulled outs. But we got you covered, and we gave you a great, huge acknowledgement. And now Swamp Thing, aka Bruce Lombardo of the Dix Division.
Bruce. Yes. So this is kind of my desk of shame right now in the middle of painting.
Oh, don't be like that. It's great.
No. It's cool because in the hobby, that's what you call it. When you have a bunch of unfinished figures on your desk, you call it the desk of shame. And therefore, for the past 2 weeks, been working on some of these fire giants here. Some of these are actually frost giant sculpts from Reaper Miniatures, and they're the ones I'm currently working on for the campaign, which will be coming on Saturday. If you need something on in the background while you do chores, I usually do about an 8 or 9 hour gaming stream with my friends. Some that will be here, some will be remote. We have one guy in Scotland, have a few other people elsewhere. Janet from Another Planet plays one of our clerics.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, come on over and check us out. If you like gaming, game theory, do subscribe to my channel because I have one of the greatest hands for only hands. And this is the joy of painting stream that I do. So I would like it to see you guys there. I'll be doing memberships probably at the start of next year. Right now, I'm just putting together the channel and getting used to everything on Rumble and YouTube, actually looking really in depth at it. Watching Nick's success really inspires me, and I love being part of his panel on Tuesdays. Thank you, Nick.
Love having you, man. Love having you. You've been great. You've been a great addition to the show, sir, and you're part of the boys. Love having you, and I love that wig. Keep it going, guys. Sub to Bruce Lombardo right here.
That's real.
Sub to Bruce Lombardo.
Sammy Hagar
right
there.
here.
Sammy.
He actually does look like Sammy Hagar.
Either that or Shirley Temple. Shirley
look.
Temple, maybe.
Look.
I love it. I love it, Duncan.
Oh, you guys. I love it. Oh, Mark.
Oh, God.
Thank you
Well,
for your
so much.
services, sir. I appreciate it. Your amazing work is impeccable. When I come out to Connecticut, that pizza's on me. All right, you pick the restaurant, I'll buy it.
Better watch out. I can eat a lot of pizza. Well, of course, I shouldn't say that with you
I
around.
don't
You can
care.
probably eat more pizza than me, I'm guessing. But yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, looking forward to meeting all you guys in person someday, which would be a heck of a lot of fun. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for. I'm glad everyone appreciates all the slides and clips or whatever. But yeah, check out my channel. My main show is Sunday Night Geekery, where we talk about whatever goes on during the week. This week we're talking to Ahsoka. And then we always divert into barbecue or food. So I'd gone to the New York State Fair and showing all kinds of food you would have loved, Nick Weiser, like bacon wrapped everything, chocolate bacon, deep fried bacon, deep fried Oreos, whatever, which I don't need to be eating, and not much of it was keto friendly, unfortunately. I kind of moderated. I got my wife with me. She's like, "No, you're not having another ice cream cone." But yeah, check out my channel. And Eric K, this is for you here. So I do a lot of toy reviews. So that's the Silver Surfer from the Galactus that's behind me that you can't see. But so that's a pretty cool Silver Surfer that came with the new Galactus that's out.
Incredible.
So check out my channel for some toy reviews, and I'm also on Thursday night with Raquel and Clobberin Times, the Clubhouse, and always hanging out on Saturday Night Star Trek. And during the week, I always pop into Clobby's streams to bug him. So yeah, check it out. I appreciate everyone. I'm over 800 subs, so soon to be 1,000, hopefully. And I appreciate
you're gonna get
everyone
there.
I'll get there. Yep, and hopefully I can get remonetized again. The bastards.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get there too. You'll get there too, man.
They said
You'll
I was
get there
promoting
too.
too much commercialism with all these toys. So,
No.
but, anyway.
Come on.
So, but thanks everyone, and yeah, subbed everyone down here too. So we're on the panel. So appreciate it, and everyone have a great week. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt.
Hey,
Sir, it was awesome to be together with you
Sexy
once
beast.
more.
I miss. You're so sexy.
No, Nick, thanks a lot for having me, man. Like, this is awesome. Like, I love what you do. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. 40 members and climbing. That's awesome. You're doing phenomenal work, dude. I'm really like, no one deserves it more. Like, keep it up. I just keep crushing with this Toxic Tuesdays and all the stuff you do, man. You're the fucking man. If you guys have never met Nick in person, he's as lovely and charming in real life as he is on stream. So yeah,
very
he fucking
girthy
rules.
too.
Very girthy. Very girthy,
It's
man.
not the long of the schlong, it's the worth of the girth.
He's got the length too.
There was
I
always
have-
like an orbit of gals around him, so I assume that's probably true. Just kidding, Mrs. Nick Weiser. I'm just kidding.
Matt, it's been fun. Let's make this happen again sooner, much rather than later.
Please. And
All
same,
right?
man. I want you to come over to my channel sometime.
Hey, just let me know. I'd like to do an MF podcast. If you ever want just you and I go at for an hour, I'm down. Just let me know.
That sounds incredible, Nick. I would love to do that. Yeah, I do my show, the MFR podcast. It's kind of sporadic now because I've changed jobs and my schedule is not really as consistent as I want it to be. But, just keep an eye out. Foulball Productions on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Rumble, YouTube. Sub to what you can. I try to put out as much promotion as I can. I'm not the most consistent YouTuber, I admit, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to grow into the shoes of a Nick Weiser. And put out more consistent content. But yeah, I do my podcast. I'm doing it tomorrow at 2 p.m. So if you don't have anything going on tomorrow in the afternoon, please stop by. Pop culture, news stories. Try to keep it light and funny, not to get too serious because, the world's a tough place and I think our entertainment should be fun. So I try to keep it as fun as I can. So keep an eye out for that. I got some other stuff I'm working on, some like shorts and sketches, but that's a little more down the road. So for now, I got the MFR podcast, and tomorrow night I will be on Zax's channel, ZAXX Zax. He asked me to come on to talk about Ahsoka, which I don't really know much about, but he wanted to contrast and compare that with The Expanse, which I do know quite a bit about because it's like my favorite show ever. So I think we're going to talk about the female characters that are in Ahsoka versus the female characters that are in The Expanse, and I think that's a pretty cool topic. So if you guys don't have anything going on tomorrow night, come by Zax's channel. I'm not sure when, 7 or 8, but come check it out.
Huge. Love it. Thank you, Matt. It's been fun. Till we do this again. All right. 70s.
Well, I'm exceptionally jealous. Matt never asks me to come over to his place and get roofied. It just never happens. You lucky bastard, Nick. Anyway, thank you again, Nick, for doing this. Thank you to everyone in the chat and also my fellow panelists. This is always a highlight of the week. It's such fun. I don't know what we would do without this. Toxic Tuesday is one of the most fantastic creations. Thank you, Nick, for doing this.
Oh, dude. Hey, thank you. You, Mark, Dustin, Tom, Redshirt, Bruce. Like, it's a group effort. We get on here, we talk, we bicker, we laugh, we cry, we get homoerotic.
We laugh, we cry, we love.
Whole lot of loving. Go on.
So I've been super busy on the channel, or growing bit by bit, doing well. I've got up to about 1,160 subs or something. It's
awesome.
Every day a few more. Had a great show on Monday, Canon Film Club, doing Masters of the Universe. That was a great deal of fun, I have to say. Next week, though, on my channel, we're doing Motorhead on It's Only Talk and Roll. So, you know, those quiet English gentlemen.
Are you going to be there, Nick, for that? I mean, you got to be there for that. Not that I'm making Nick good telling 70s who to invite.
Nick is definitely going to be there. He's not going to let me
right.
down. He's going to be there. We are going to talk Motorhead. I'm sourcing lots of copyright compliant clips that I can use. I've got a great montage done already for it. I love my montages. So 3 p.m. Mountain Time next Monday on my channel on YouTube and Rumble. And that show will be epic. Be huge.
I agree.
But also, as CGP said, he's going to have me on as a guest onto his show. We're going to talk prog rock. And I think I'll particularly be talking about the time signatures used on the first 4 Van der Graaf Generator albums, which I think will be absorbing. And on top of that, I got a list here of about 30 videos I'm supposed to be making, but no doubt I'll probably find it really hard to get around to doing them. But you'll definitely see me throughout the week on things like Midnight's Edge After Dark, Culture After Dark, and anything that has the words After Dark in the title. I'll usually be on that show. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Next week, episode 100, TMNT Toxic Tuesday. Me and Ironcaster will be recording a review tomorrow for Conan the Barbarian #2 from Titan Comics. We'll have that out Thursday morning. Friday night, Comic Shop Talk. We'll be talking Starlight from Mr. Mark Miller right here. If you like pulpy Flash Gordon type of stories, or if you want to learn about a great one, this is the place to be Friday night. And yes, this is after FNT, so there's plenty of time, especially since it's basically Friday afternoon tights. So now you have even more time to get acquainted with Starlight. It's fantastic. We're going to talk about it, and I'm sure I'll have another video out as well. And of course, I'll be on 70s for the Motorhead show. Thank you again for the memberships, and I'll be on Midnight's Edge After Dark and Comics Division's show as well. So, guys, thank you very, very much again for your support. Toxic Tuesday is magical because of this chat and their batshit insanery. This is the part where we play our intro as our outro, and simply we just say good night.
I'd like to show you something.
The pace when I'm running, I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel
You're still here? You're still here? It's over. Go home.